We look back a bit before the events of last episode in a certain set of quarters aboard the Achilles. It's a 3-threat game, by the way. Don't worry, we'll explain in detail later.
Yay!
Boop. I have her in the wrong room. She should be over here. So, at this point, you and Jaishu basically are waiting for the Achilles to get to the target system for the coalition of the Scarlet Hunters. I always want to call them Crimson Hunters every time.
Well, we can retcon it.
The
They
Crimson
are.
Dynamo. They are the Crimson Dynamo.
They have. There's still some hours left before you're going to get there, so there's a bit of downtime. It's the middle of the night at the moment. You and Josh are kind of enjoying your off time for a bit, and this is roughly around. You've kind of had some of your off time. What did the two of you do on your off time before you headed off to her quarters?
Honestly, it's probably more of a case of no pads, just have a nice meal with each other, spend some time, and just head back to relax. Because every other waking moment is either pads or work.
Yeah. As you're sitting on the bed, kind of waiting for Jaishu to finish up, you can hear her washing up, and she's kind of talking through the sort of open door from the refresher area to the main room. Well, looking forward to this mission. It should be. Tried to read up as much as I can on second contact protocols. We haven't had a chance to do that much.
Well, usually they don't trust me to speak with people.
I mean, do you?
I mean, I can be very charming when required. I mean, apparently you like me, so I can be charming to some degree.
Yeah, but you have to be charming to aliens, you see, so that's part of the problem. See, I have to get to know you first. That was part of the problem.
Ah, yes. Me and my not-so-winning personality.
Have you heard about the new colony that's being built?
Not too much. I've heard there's been some rumblings, but I've not heard too much.
Yeah, I got a relative that was sending me a big conspiracy theory about how the Federation is expanding too fast. She makes hand gestures. Expanding too fast, and that we're not looking after the core worlds. Rolls her eyes, goes back in.
Ah, yes, what do they like to call themselves? The neo-originalist ideals. Whatever that fucking means.
Yeah, great idea, siding with the people who nearly lost a war with the, which crystal one was it again? There's so many. The big one.
Oh, yeah, because that still narrows it down.
Well, you know what I mean. It's late.
I just hope this neo-originalist stuff goes to bed sooner rather than later, because it's not how we should be focusing. It's not stuff we should be focusing on at all, if we're being honest.
Like what weirds me out is that my cousin takes it so seriously. Like he doesn't realize what he's talking is complete nonsense. Like somehow Starfleet's making things worse out here. We're supposed to be like a home defense fleet, and that was the original intention of the charter. And some quote from Harry Mudd, a convicted felon. Who's going to follow a convicted felon in politics? That's stupid.
Oh, I think someone back home, or someone's back home, are running the propaganda machine and convincing too many people about it. It may be a case of some people will have to head back and counter it, because it's getting out of hand.
What kind of music do you want me to put on? I'm trying to think of something that's soothing, but I tried that whole Klingon dirge thing. It just keeps me up all night. I really don't like it. I don't know why I tried it.
Why not put something from your culture on?
Ugh. Well, I could go traditional, I suppose. That way I don't have to listen to that new rock stuff. Ugh.
I mean, we usually listen. Oh, I usually listen to Andorian stuff, but it's mix it up.
Let's see. Oh, by the way, I'm actually thinking. She kind of stares at the screen, doesn't really look back. I'm actually thinking of heading back home after this mission. Take an extended leave of absence.
Any particular reason why, or just a bit homesick?
She selects the music. You can hear it playing. It does sound sort of. It sounds very energetic, but it's energetic in the sense of a very casual jog through through a park or something. So energetic. You could jog to it, but you could easily lay down and fall asleep to it if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to dance to this anyway. But yeah, she turns around and, well, mom's getting old, and I mean, when you saw her and during all that, she did a good job, but you know, free trading is starting to become a little more of a young woman's game. I mean, nowadays, I mean, there's that. What's her face? She sits down on the bed, starts getting comfortable. What was it? I don't know how much you remember about this, but you ever hear those pirate queens from the 60s and 70s?
Vaguely.
Well, now imagine someone who has way too much jewelry, way too much fascination with gold, and wants to style themselves a queen of pirates. King of pirates sometimes, but no one takes them seriously. But she thinks this Benezia wants to be queen of Orion pirates and revolutionize the syndicate, which has gotten a lot of people killed and a lot of people disillusioned how they can take on the Federation. They can take on the Federation. She starts laying down and tucking herself in. But they can't. They just can't. I mean, what was it? 8 years ago, we came out with the Achilles, the Sovereign class, and they want to still fight with old Orion Raiders? That's just not going to happen. So she gets her butt kicked. But now we have a bunch of idiot Orions with stupid ideas in their heads who think that if they can't do the free trader game, they can't do the syndicate game, they're going to do the pirate game. Like, as if we just have we have like 5 constitutions bopping around the Federation. It makes no sense. But now they're going to start picking on the Orion worlds, which is making my clan's life harder. So I'll have to go back at some point. I mean, it's not. I don't have to rush back. They're not like attacking the world or anything, or doing anything on Orion. But it's going to turn into something I know my mom won't take. And you saw her. She was so stubborn. She wouldn't let you do anything.
I mean,
I'm a
nice.
grown woman. I can do whatever I want.
Oh, what is
You're also
going on?
90.
What's going on in the home systems? Something is just. People are losing their goddamn minds.
I don't know. But what I would like to do is maybe get this marriage thing settled. Not to rush you, obviously. I mean, it is to rush you. But I think that my clan and Shishashrir can put it all to bed. And I mean, ideally, I'd want you with me, but I know you have your career and with Starfleet and stuff. So, if you knew someone else in the family, like your sister maybe, or someone else you could trust that could help me run things. I mean, after the wedding and everything, we could probably have the big talk, serious talk there. But I just wanted to know what you thought about it. I don't want to feel left out of everything. I mean, we're in the new age. Men are allowed to have their own opinions.
Yeah. Well, I can talk to Asala, because I'd want her to move up the ranks. I don't really see her going anywhere. Unfortunately, she doesn't really have the ambition to go higher. And she enjoys spending time with you. So maybe that's an option for her. And as for Getting
You
married.
notice the ship comes out of warp. You notice that the stars just slow down. Well, the massive cloud banks that are the Shackleton, that it stops moving aside. And then you notice Jaishu is flickering in and out, and it looks like she's being transported.
Oh.
And then you look to your hands, you see you're transporting.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And the two of them vanish. And then outside the window, a blazing stream of balls of light come toward the room and obliterate the entire room. And that's how Penn's character died. No. We then jump forward to current time in the mid-bay. As Isa is rushing along with I imagine you must have had the lieutenant beamed here rather than like put on a stretcher and ran here.
That would make more sense.
So you're rushing over, and what, counselor? Why don't you give us a chief medical officer's log about what's happened?
Oh God, can I remember what happened? Okay.
Here's your start date, by the way.
Okay. Hold on. Refreshing my memory. At the end, because this was at the very end of last session where I was a little bit tired. At the very end of last session, there was an emergency call because there was something that was there a fight on a lower. There was something that happened, and Shishishriya was grievously injured. Did we figure out what happened to her?
It was a murder.
Was she murdered? Yeah. Okay. She's dead.
You saw the last thing you saw before you beamed her out was the fact that she had several stab wounds.
Okay.
And so it was one of those, you would have examined her longer, but she had been losing blood before the crewman got to her. So it was one of those, I'll figure this out in med bay. She's gonna die right in front of me if I don't get her out of here.
Okay.
I will note that as a refresher for you, the chief of security, Rylov, has collected the crewmen that were there because they need to be questioned because they're the ones who found the body.
Yeah.
Well, the injured person, she's not dead yet.
The he who smelt it dealt it rule. Yeah. So I'll deliver a log, and I'm sure in the background you can like hear the whirring sound of the transporter of the elevate. What do we call elevators? Turbo lift. Chief medical officer's log. Counselor Isa reporting. Stardate 60239. This will have to be a short log. I am recording this immediately after having just intercepted an incident in this deck. Lieutenant Shrier appears to have sustained multiple stab wounds. I have not identified her prognosis or her likelihood of survival. I don't even know who or what did this. She's been beamed to medical, and I'm attempting to meet her there. However, my gut instinct is to worry deeply about this. Whoever attacked her clearly did so with. This was not an accident. I'll say that much. So whoever attacked her did so with very cruel intent. And you hear the door open of the turbo lift, and she slips out and says "end log," and we'll run towards the med bay.
As you step through the entry chamber, you in this sort of hallway, there's a brief sweep of a field that goes over you. It's a quick decom. You don't have to do the gel thing anymore. We're advanced. We don't have to do that.
And if I remember correctly, on Voyager, I definitely remember there's like some gizmo that like hand sanitizer gizmo that the doctor uses where he like would rub his hands as if he was hand sanitizer, but wasn't that. So I do think, we've moved beyond the gel. And yeah, I will rush in here. I'm going to turn to Is Rose a nursery doctor?
Let me double check them again. Where are you? There you go. They're part of the counseling staff, but they help with medical issues because they do have they are highly skilled in Starfleet medicine. So they're usually a medical. They're also sort of an undocumented physician's assistant, but they're
I
part
hope
of the
she's not
counseling board.
undocumented. Lieutenant Saya, what is the status of the patient?
Saya can attempt reason plus medicine, difficulty of it would be 2, but it goes down to 1 because you're in med bay and Sister Spear is on a med bed. So this is assisted by sensors plus medicine. And I'm gonna take my 3 threat because someone just showed up.
Oh, it's a 3-threat game. Oh no.
So we could get the good Lieutenant Saya, the most calmest people in the galaxy.
Yeah, she's definitely not main medical staff. She's a reason of 7.
You're
She's a
allowed to be a
very
little bit dumb in the med bay.
She's a very controlling and daring medical officer.
Well, sometimes you need to be bold in the treatment of illness.
Would you take either stress disorders, biology, or economics?
Saya, not Rose.
Oh, okay.
I asked Saya because they were the more physician-y physician here.
Oh, I could tell. Someone here has really taken their minor in economics really far.
Oh, that's what's wrong. I understand now.
Would you take xenobiology or medical technology since a lot of this is readouts?
I would take medical technology. It seems pretty fitting, given that you're using the biobed and stuff to figure out what's up.
Now I find out what diagnostic expertise is. Oh, this is actually her wheelhouse. Okay, I need a GM interpretation here.
Mm-hmm.
When you succeed at a medicine task to identify and diagnose the nature of a medical problem, you gain 1 bonus momentum for every additional d20 you bought by spending momentum, which may be used to obtain information or create advantage. In this case, by spending momentum, does that mean spending momentum, or does that mean spending momentum or threat? Since they're often substitutable. I ask because someone gave her this and bold medicine, so it seems like they intended those to work together. But
unfortunately, they don't because it calls out momentum in particular. It's like cautious that way.
Yeah, so someone needs to spend a resource to switch out her bold medicine, because I'm gonna guess they made that mistake. Because otherwise, that'd be a perfect setup if you had cautious medicine and diagnostic expertise.
Yeah, who would ever make a silly mistake like that?
I mean, this is a very intentional mistake because they had to spend 3 resources just to get to that talent because they got 4 focuses and 2 talents.
In addition to being a coward, you're also not a very good doctor.
Yeah, because if we had any momentum, she would be able to use that talent to great success, but we don't, so she's kind of This is her moment to shine, and it's passed her by.
Yes, false.
That looks like a success to me, so false no. It's a success. I mean, that is the result.
Yeah. 8 would have hit either way. And your focus wouldn't have fired on an 8. So, the patient seems to have suffered several stab wounds to major organs, and has lost a significant amount of blood, and has been exposed to a unidentified toxin that is
Yeah.
preventing effective clotting of the wound. Because Endurians tend to, even though they're very low in endurance, they tend to survive their wounds a little better than you would think. But
Science
Wow,
says.
they really wanted her dead.
Science says I have multiple penetrating traumas. We are preparing to handle those. Doctor, we need help on identifying this toxin, though, to move forward. This is the most concerning part of this.
If I remember correctly.
She got stabbed with warfarin.
Nope.
Be surprised if not everybody on the Achilles has been stabbed once.
Yeah. I want to I imagine I'm gonna take a vial of her blood and come over here to analyze it and make a toxicology report. And try to determine what the toxin is.
sure, give me $50 for the for the testing chamber DLC.
It's called the science book.
hey! It's the summer sale. It should only be $45.
Okay, that's fair. Plus tax.
Steam Summer Sale.
Well, not if I lie about my address.
Well, you shouldn't do that.
Oh, as a thought to prevent this from getting worse on us while we're doing investigation, do we want to go for temporary holographic organs? Because that's a thing in the science book to keep this from getting out of control while you do research.
I want to use that though. Let me double check.
I think it's for exactly this situation.
Yeah, but I think you need if I'm remembering correctly, you need a talent to activate it, but I'll double check.
I don't know. The science book doesn't say it. It's not a piece. It's a piece of equipment. You'd spend
if so, then
opportunity to get.
I stand corrected then.
Except it doesn't have an opportunity cost.
It would, yeah, because it's one of those things that you would get because it outside of medbay, it would probably cost 1 because it's something that's helpful. Because everything that's helpful costs 1 usually, unless it's a pad because they're everywhere, or tricorder, I suppose. But you would want to remove the organs that are there.
But that's what I'm saying. We need to buy time for Aza to do her research without any, basically cutting off the possibility of this getting worse on us, just because we took time to do research is the intention here.
You could do daring medicine, assisted by ship's structure medicine, difficulty of 2.
Yeah, I don't know if you could use these outside of the holodeck or the medbay though, considering it requires a specialized projector.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to create some kind of mobile version of it, which we never saw on screen.
But this will keep her alive.
Is Saya's nerve damage going to cause them a problem here? Should they let someone else step in?
Complication range will increase.
Yeah, then they probably want to ask Lieutenant Rose to do the procedure.
So wants to grab the lieutenant to assist the good doctor.
Because it's Saya has increased complication, but they get bold medicine.
Hmm.
So that's the trade-off.
Yeah, I'll grab Rose.
One of you wants to assist the other.
And you said it was what, structure medicine?
Yeah.
We're allowed to assist one die on
Yes.
this. Will you take medical
Boy,
technology?
if I have to say anything about Rose, that is one TNG. Like that is one like TNG era haircut she's got going on there.
Look,
You
she
know,
saw it in a hollow, thought it would look nice. Most people
it's-
don't. On Bayshore don't wear that kind of hair. So there.
It's 2387. Okay.
It's the
GM,
80s.
will you take medical technology?
I was gonna say,
I would take it,
yeah,
yes.
In 1987, jeez.
Yeah, that was a joke.
So this is all you.
Yeah, okay. Can you guys not kill my patient while I try to figure out how to save their life?
As it just walks back in, and we're like the doctors are standing next to like a plate of organs with like an "Oops, I made a mistake."
You guys have been
Oopsie
studying
whoopsie.
on the hit medical textbook Operation.
Damn it! Why won't her nose light up?
Wrong species.
Yeah, only the Rudolphites have big red noses like that.
So who's rolling for Rose?
Oh, sorry. I thought
Inslee, you were gonna roll for them, right? Or am I rolling for them?
For Rose,
Yeah.
you sure you want her to make a reason medicine check?
No, this is control medicine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why. I must have it misselected, but it was the same control med. They have a control 10.
Is she lead or assist?
She's lead.
Okay. What's my diff?
It was 2. It's now 3. For
Okay.
a reason, for a particular reason.
Okay. Biology, xenobiology.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and take 3 dice. I mean, 3 threat for 4 dice.
Certainly. If I can click on the thing I need, that'd be great.
She does not have talent or anything like that. Okay. But she's pretty badass. That's a 6, so we gain 3.
Yeah. So you're able to create some holographic organs that kind of patch on to the existing organs. It's not a perfect solution, but it's it's patching the hole, as it were.
Keeping her
And yeah,
alive.
it does say
And
it requires removing any of the damaged organs, which is kind of what we would have to do anyways, because we'd want to replace them or fix them. And I assume that means that she did, considering the whole thing with holographic organs is you can't move.
you'd have to be immobilized at minimum. You can be awake while you have them. You just can never move because you'll screw up the alignment. Well, you risk screwing up alignment. By the way,
Yeah, I
she
guess.
needs to roll fitness security difficulty 1.
Who?
Sure it does.
What, unconscious?
Yeah, because someone did something while she was unconscious.
Okay.
Specifically, operated on her and her infected wounds without turning on a steri field. That's why the difficulty was increased by 1.
Oh, yeah, you guys probably should have. See, I can't blame any of this on myself. This is all on you.
You're not the chief medical or anything.
You said fitness security?
Yeah, it's just diff 1.
Would you take the value spend I can evade any threat, including that of my own crew?
Hilariously, yes. Even while unconscious, I'm saving myself from the damn crew. On the plus side, it's a way to get momentum. So
Focus in either protocol or anatomy.
I would need it to be something like endurance or fitness related, something like that. Something she can do autonomically.
Stims.
You what?
Stims. Like hyperspray stim.
She has a focus in steam.
She does.
Why does she? Yes, but
This
what?
is problematic.
I mean, she has a 1, so it doesn't matter, but it's like...
Oh.
We gain 1.
Oh yeah, because you spent. Yep. Yeah, the computer blares a warning at you as Sister Shreer's vitals start fluctuating wildly as you put in the holographic organs. But apparently, her body fought off the infection that was about to develop. She is stable for now. Beyond the toxin, which is is causing issues or can cause issues. Isa, I
Okay.
believe you were going to do testing.
Hi.
Give me reason plus medicine opposed.
Oh,
You're,
oh, oh.
you're
Interesting.
assisted by the computer plus medicine.
Also, 100%, I imagine Kobuk is like, oh, I'll impress the commander by trying to assist, and she sends him away because he's not touching this. A reason medicine, you say it's opposed. I'm not gonna have a focus in toxicology.
Yes. Because why would you? Because why would you want the pharmacology cadet to help you identify a toxin?
Oh, wait. Is that? I thought his sheet might be broken.
It's his
It
first focus.
Is it? Because on my sheet, he doesn't have any focuses. And I thought that was either a mistake or he was always like that.
No, he's got he's got pharmacology, emergency medicine, computer
here.
modeling, cybernetics, and surgical instruments.
Let me help
Oh,
you. Check
yeah,
mark. Check mark.
Mm,
Check mark. And then we go back, and there we go.
There we go. I apologize. It must not have been copied over properly. Okay.
Well, someone
and
was
that,
calling out stuff from the other sheet, so you know.
no. See, I think I'm the one who copied over the medical stuff, so I think that's on me. But I thought whatever.
I'll blame the both of you.
Okay. Kobuk, get in here. I need your help on this. And she's going to request his assistance here.
Even has a value. Chemistry forms the building blocks of life.
Actually, she is just going to hand it off to you and say, I need a toxicology report run on this, and I will assist you, Kobuk, because you're way better at this.
Boop, boop, boop.
Oh no! You said you're way better at this.
Boo.
To Kobuk.
Ba, ba, ba. Mission directive spend. Actually, I spent too many things. I didn't need to speed the one. The first die is automatically a 1. So I spent for a determination, and I bought a full mint.
Ven, do you mind taking Kobuk then?
Sure, I can take Kobuk. Value.
Spend
Chemistry
everything.
forms the building blocks of life. Yep. No, I know. Chemistry forms the building blocks of life. Focus in pharmacology. You said reason medicine?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
I'm just looking over what I've got. Okay. Dope. One threat for momentum for my full mint.
Copycat.
And I will reroll that 0. Okay. That is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 hits. You got 9.
You
Nice,
both got the
SGM.
same.
There's a trait they're getting. It's giving them +1.
Oh, we got one from the ship.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah. So you're tied at this point.
Sorry, can I assist?
You totally can.
Thank you. If I'm like giving him an order and working him through it, can I spin you on presence medicine?
You totally can. Yep.
And don't forget your doctor superpower. Don't
Sorry,
forget
you
your
were saying
doctor
something else.
superpower of the medical team.
Yeah, can I spend my
Oh,
medical
that's right.
team? Can I spend my medical team superpower on a reroll to reroll that comp?
You know what? Sure, it'll burn as they start scrambling and trying to save the sample. Well, they saved the sample,
Still
but
tied.
at
Road.
best, you're going to get a
Ugh.
partial answer.
Okay, GM, value spend or determination spend value go with your gut. I'm going to look at like all of the possible answers Koplik has come up with and go with the one that feels like it could be the right one.
Not a valid determination spend, unfortunately. You're not the main roller.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh well.
At best, you can make an advantage regarding the roll as it landed, but
Don't worry then.
Maybe.
Okay. Yep. There's nothing I can do about this.
Is there any value that you could challenge Koplik to get a
The
determination
problem is
back?
I already rolled the problem is I already rolled about as well as I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
You can reroll the 0. Oh no, I see you already rerolled.
No, I already. Yeah, I
Right.
already did.
he'll either break
Cautious.
the tie if he re-rolls. He has a risk of breaking the tie for himself or against himself. Right now, he's at a point where he'll get some information.
All right. We'll just take it where it lands.
Rose will inject Shishir with dilovine, which is a broad spectrum antitoxin used when somebody has been poisoned by an unknown substance. Maybe at least that will.
That gives what's her face? Trisha Schreier a fitness medicine roll, difficulty 3. Her body might just naturally fight off it because it's a broad spectrum. It might just happen to be enough to catch it. So she actually gets a roll now. Well, yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Would you
The
take
medical stuff in the science book is just awesome.
Yep.
Would you take stims? I'm literally being stimmed right now.
In a sense, yeah. Also, stims also can reflect that she's her body kind of runs fairly fast, so it'll metabolize quicker. I will spend to increase complication though, because she probably uses too many stims. Honestly,
Yeah, I'm afraid we're gonna open a Foot Locker somewhere, and there's just gonna be like 50 of them, and
She's like the
Shishir is gonna
doctor
have to
from
have a talk
Babylon
with the
5.
counselor.
Shishir's gonna have to go walk about.
Or sorry, was it Lance Armstrong of con officers?
She only has one testicle?
I mean,
Value spend. I can evade any threat.
I have to say, well, one, didn't she already spend her determination?
She has constant presence.
She wouldn't be able to use that one because she's kind of facing off with the disease in a sense. Her body's actively fighting the disease now.
Would you take my ship, my rules? This is my body, my rules.
I wouldn't know, because that would be the wording you'd want to have.
It's okay. Neither does the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ooh. So my dust folks were just being topical.
Happy 4th of July, everyone.
God's in heaven.
I'm just saying.
The only other one I could try and play for is I trust my captain's orders, which is don't fucking die.
I have to say no, unfortunately.
Yeah. Take a full, mate.
Certainly. Boop, boop.
Oh
That's
no.
unfortunate.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Well, the only other value I can play for is I can fly anything because... Or if there's any mission directives I can go for.
The mission directives are in the thing, but I don't think they really apply here.
Oh no.
Where are the mission directives?
They're like-
Priority 2 orders on the thing.
Yeah, you
Okay.
gotta scroll down.
Charting a safe route. She needs to be alive to chart the route.
Isn't the route already charted?
It is, unfortunately. You guys are already there.
Is there
Maintain-
not a standing standing Starfleet order to not die?
Maintain peace, because if Penn comes back to his sister being killed, and all hell's gonna break loose.
Oh, you're assuming he comes back.
Penn always comes back. Come on, Corbidian. How many years have you been trying to kill Penn to this point?
Hey, a broken clock's right twice a day, so. Yes, I know that's a dig against myself. What about it?
Oh boy.
But unless any of my values can apply, that's just going to have to stand.
This is really bad.
So.
Or I guess like lay down and die.
We may
Guess
need
I'll
a
die.
stasis unit.
Rose injects Rose. I keep wanting to say Rose. Rose injects his destroyer, and then alarms start blaring as, by sheer chance, that particular drug destroyer is deadly allergic to, and her heart stops.
This
Cardio simulator.
Yeah.
I imagine like
Turn
Kobuk
off
is like, Captain, we have a partial report. We think, and then alarms start blaring that someone is about to die.
That's why I couldn't find the answer. There's a code blue in exam room 1.
So
I-
cardio simulator gives a reroll on
It's me,
first
cadet.
aid.
But it has to be a lethal injury in it's a reroll on lethal injuries in combat.
You would need a different. You can put it on the cardio simulator. That will help, but it isn't the tool that'll bring her back from the brink.
I mean, she's not dead yet, so our cortical stimulator is like we'd put it on, but we wouldn't use it yet. We'd spend the momentum now, right? But that would be the next task if we fail this one, because that's for someone who's already dead.
She is clinically dead. She's about to become brain dead.
Oh, okay.
About
I
5 minutes.
didn't get that. So yeah, then
so-
that's what we would use.
Blood gas infuser and a cortical stimulator.
Blood gas
Seems
infuser
like-
keeps her from dying immediately. Cardio simulator's there. And what was the other thing? Sorry.
Yeah, it was
And
Cortical stimulator, yeah. And cortisone.
Medicine. Difficulty. You know what?
and Cortolin probably.
That's true.
And a little hydrocortisone for me.
Daring medicine would have been difficulty 4, but the cardio stimulator is kind of is trying to exhort the heart and trying to get it going again. But her brain's the part that's starting to die. So it would have been diff 4, but you brought it down to 3. And there was going to be some complications. I was going to spend 4, but you've kind of canceled that by using the drugs you were using.
Rose is rolling a 14 daring medicine.
Yeah, you have to make the fine motor medicine. Saya has nerve issues, so she's on a theoretical physician at the moment.
And let me see what Kobuk has, like, real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we assist if we're coming in right now?
You could, yeah, because that scrambles the entire med bay that someone's dying.
Emergency medicine, presumably.
Yeah. I am going to increase the complication if Kobuk leads it because he's a cadet.
I think Rose has everything.
I'm not the one who should be leading this. His daring is not that great.
Rose has a 15. I think.
Here's mine.
And I re-roll off of cautious, so
Okay, so yeah, let's do this again. It's diff 3, so I'm going to give you 6 for a full mit. So we need to save Shashrir.
And who's doing the assist?
I think all of us, if we can.
Oh,
what?
Jesus Christ. Pend, I promise we are doing our best here. Our best is just not very good.
I mean, to be fair, I comped twice
Okay,
on
that's
the roll.
3.
GM, if I am like trying to organize the efforts of all these different doctors and like focus them in a logical way to like best treat her and not let panic set in, could I spin you for presence medicine?
Sorry. Say that again. I was preoccupied.
Oh, no problem. I was just saying if I like am trying to focus on organizing the medical team and making sure everyone is doing like leading this instead of treating it, could I spin you for presence medicine?
Yes, you can.
It's 1 point, but that could be the difference. And if I'm trying to talk people through it and keep them calm, could I spin you on a focus and conversation?
Yeah, there's a sort of that sort of semi-macabre chatter that physicians can have in a tense moment like this to try to relax. Well, this is pretty stressful.
So I didn't set the complication range correctly, so that's actually an additional complication from
What?
Saya.
Oh, 3 comps. She is so.
We
3
did
comps
succeed
on a
in the
roll
roll.
that came
Difficulty.
from 2 comps.
We did succeed a roll at the roll and gained 1.
So you did. So I can't fail you for it because you did do the thing. I can just make her life.
Is anyone tracking momentum?
Pinned was, but he
We don't have any.
No, I'm still
We
there.
have 1.
You have
Yeah, one.
1.
Okay, I didn't know we had earned some
Here,
earlier.
We
I
have
didn't know if
1.
that
We
went all
just.
away.
I mean, also, it's a case of you do have a medical team advantage.
Oh, I just took it.
Oh, we spent it.
No,
Yeah, I got burned for the reroll.
We had to spend it in order.
Yep. And sorry, guys, Rose, this is the first time she's been activated. It looks like she has nothing to throw at the comp she rolled.
Because I should have done this roll, but I wasn't here because I'm not even this kind of doctor. And yeah, this is bad.
Sure. Her heart starts again. But you get the feeling she can't leave that bed without a cardio simulator. Like she's gonna need a new heart.
Like her heart's been permanently weakened.
Yeah.
Quick,
Like you don't need to
get some
holographically
Calcat.
replace it.
Or, I mean, just another transparent holographic organ.
Cadet Kobuk, now that the crisis is over, please begin your report on your analysis of the toxin in your blood.
Your analysis. I
What
don't
was
think
the result of
anything's wrong with
the? I was gonna say, I need to know what the result of that analysis was. Things got kind of wonky before I could be told.
I'll be typing this out in a moment.
Rose, meanwhile, is having flashbacks to her time as a combat medic in the war, in the occupation.
Because I was about to be told, and then somebody, not naming names, but somebody decided to give her the wrong medication.
Oh, it was
Y'all
the
make-
right medication.
This is no time for catfighting. We will do an after action analysis after the patient is safe.
The patient was uncooperative. I mean, did you see those rolls? That's an uncooperative patient.
And any of you can give me, one of you can give me an insight medicine difficulty of 2 regarding
Okay,
what happened here.
this is my bread and butter. So
So, oh, we should have said that.
Well, I'm gonna spend threat now to make it hard. No, I'm just kidding. I will teach you to be humble. No,
Oh, these are 3. Oh, these are like 3 options.
yeah, 'cause you never narrowed down which one it was.
all right, 1 momentum, 2 threat.
Cool. Oh, that's cool.
Would you look at that? Would you look at
Nicely
that?
done.
Did you say it was diff 1 or diff 2 or diff 3?
2.
2. So 2 momentum. Yay.
Okay. Okay. And then interesting. All right. Okay. On a meta level, I think I have an idea which one of these 3 it is, but I will go through all of them. Doctor, I have narrowed down the possible toxins to 3, based on coagulation rates, blood toxicology levels, and current Federation databases, assuming that this isn't some unknown type of toxin,
First.
unknown to Federation science. First, hemotoxin A. It's derived from a very rare species of venomous marine cephalopod found in the deep oceans of a currently uncharted planet. It interferes with the coagulation cascade, inhibiting the formation of fibrin and preventing blood clotting. Uh, the rapid action of this toxin causes further internal bleeding and compromises natural healing ability. It's one option. Then there's coagulase inhibitor X. It's a synthetic toxin, the only synthetic from among the possibilities. Developed by a rogue geneticist. Quick question, GM. Do we know anything is anything known about that rogue geneticist, even so much as like how long ago this geneticist, like how old of a toxin that is?
That would require, at the time of the rolling, would have required momentum, which I don't think you have, or research in
Okay,
deeper
fine.
research.
All right. I was unable to determine any more about its creator. That would require delving a bit further into Federation security and intelligence records. It wasn't right there on the toxicology reports. But the important thing is that this toxin specifically targets the coagulation process by inhibiting the activity of coagulase, which is the enzyme responsible for initiating blood clotting. Toxin induces excessive bleeding, preventing the formulation of stable clots. The engineered nature of it makes it particularly challenging to counteract with our current conventional medical treatments. So I hope that that's not what we're dealing with. And then there's a third option, which might have been chosen specifically to target the lieutenant's Andorian physiology. Cryovenoxin, venomous compound that is derived from an Arctic iguana native to a rather isolated ice planet. Cryovenoxin possesses rather powerful anticoagulant properties by lowering the freezing point of the blood itself. That
Interesting.
inhibits natural coagulation. It inhibits natural coagulation processes and prevents the formation of ice crystals. Exposure to the toxin leads to uncontrolled bleeding and a significantly heightened risk of hypothermia, further complicating her condition. Fortunately, that one would be rather easy to test for. We simply have to test the freezing point of the blood.
Yes, please make another sample and continue to test to narrow things down. But thank you for your report, Kobuk. You did good today, cadet. And that's kind of her cue
No,
to for him to step out of the room.
as he takes the sample and walks out of the room and says, "Of course I did. I am Kobuk." And the door shuts.
Yeah, Asa looks really glum, and she's going to say, I know you're new here, Lieutenant Rose, so I will not go harsh on you, because there does appear to be some kind of issue with the computer. If you look at Shishishvir's chart, you will note that she is allergic to the medicine you happened to administer. However, for some reason, this information has been obfuscated, and the alert that should have appeared did not. This is a computer issue, and I will be filing a report with the science department post haste. However, in the future, always double check a patient's chart before you administer anything.
Doctor required in exam room 2.
Okay, keep her stable. I will try to find the toxin. And I walk out of the room for exam room 2.
And the scene
As
ends.
you walk towards Kobuk, doctor, have I forgotten something?
Not now, cadet. Focus for once in your life.
He is on his career.
All you got to tell him is that the toxin report is part of his training for the hoplites.
Can I do that? Can I tell him? A positive reinforcement. If he gets this done, I will put in a good word with him with the hoplites. For all the weight my reputation holds.
You better work on your presentation style, mister. That report was sloppy. Just always just dog.
Oh boy.
That was the worst slideshow I've seen in 50 years of the military.
My.
Captain Pen.
Oh god.
God, how many bullet
session
points
is
did you put on that
in-
slide?
Captain Pen.
Hello.
Is it you I'm looking for? Yes. I know you can't see it in my eyes. If you do, I have a lot of questions.
But
Namely,
where is Lionel Richie?
You find yourself in a box that's barely able to contain you. You can feel movement, and faint flashes of light near your head and around your ankle. Your legs are kind of blocking it from getting a clear line to what it is, but you're in something.
Well, from the description that you've given me, I'm able to guess or pick up any clues of what type of box I am in.
Insight con difficulty of 3.
I'll spend a mel to reduce the difficulty of a contest by 1.
Sure.
Focus in composure.
Yep.
I'd say try and test it because it's not my first time in a box.
It's true. Well, not in this kind of box.
Yeah.
What's the wrong thing? This one.
Take free threat.
Certainly.
So I
That's an
succeeded.
unfortunate roll.
I'll I'll spend determination. I would like to spend it towards when shit goes wrong, figure it out.
Yep. It gets rid of one of them at least. Or you're re-rolling all of them, doy.
Yeah, I'm re-rolling both of them.
Advantage, I don't want the complication. You can do that. It's an efficient use of your ability.
Yes. Well, I gained one, so I'll spend that on the one I got.
Cool. It appears you're in some sort of cargo container. Yeah, you're in some sort of cargo container. Or very small cargo bay. Like something in a small craft.
I'm gonna stamp my cybernetic foot down a few times.
You take, you have as you take a breath and you start getting ready to stomp. You take 5. You take 5 stress, non-lethal.
Awesome.
You're about to pass out. Would you like to somehow stay awake?
Yeah, I'll spend one of my medals to half.
Okay.
So is that 2 or 3?
2.
Cool.
So you stamp your foot. Tong. Actually, it's more not a tong. There's not a ringing. It's more of a thud, like a solid thud.
Is there
It's
any
metallic.
Is there any like movement from the sound of the thud?
Inside security difficulty 2.
Take a threat.
Certainly.
Would you take Master Strategist? I'm creating a sound and listening for movement of possible enemies.
I wouldn't, because I'd be looking for tactics, not strategy here.
Fair enough. I'll use to focus the strategy and tactics then.
Yeah. Oh, you gained some momentum. It's very hard to hear. It's very muffled. You hear what sounds like vents, like a series of venting noises or hissing noises, and then some warbling noises. It's a little high pitched. It's very muffled, whatever it is. So maybe that was you. And then you think about it a little longer. No, that seems to be like you kind of wait after the kick a little bit to see if that's just normal. That's just how they sound, or what that sound is normal. It's that that noise isn't changed by you stomping your foot. That was just the noise you were hearing. That was the weird noise you were hearing earlier. It doesn't really. It hasn't changed from your kicking. But there's there are a group of persons somewhere near your position.
Okay.
You take 1 stress. 2 stress.
Sure. I would like to physically bust out of this container.
Okay. So give me
That's our
daring,
bet.
daring security. Difficulty of, we'll say 3. Normally it'd be 2 because it's just there. It's just an advantage you're trying to create. But it's 3 because you're in this cramped space, so it's kind of hard to get a nice wind up and kick.
Well, it's
And normally I'd say it's impossible, but you have your metal leg, so it can stomp
Yeah.
a little harder than most.
Well, it's either that or, considering I'm slightly cramped in here, it's just like expanding and like just trying to bust out.
Yeah, like just flexing and hoping the thing just gives.
Would you take fitness? Because I have the talent of applied force.
Honestly, I might actually even take fitness without that talent, just because it's although it might be, if it's better with the talent, then do it. But without it, I'd probably take it because of the whole. You're just brute forcing something open. You're not really hitting something. You're not fighting somebody. You're just trying to muscle your way out of something.
Yeah, like so if all applied forces is just changes the daring task to a fitness task.
But it costs threat or something.
No.
No? Oh, all right.
It's literally, you are trained to best apply your size and strength in a fight.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're good. You're good either way to use fitness, really.
Focus in either composure or close quarters combat.
Close quarters combat. You know how to get some force while in close quarters like this. This is as close as it gets, honestly.
Take a threat.
Certainly.
You said this was a 2 or a 3?
3.
I've got reroll.
Oh, there it is. I found it. Well, you gain some momentum. Roll unarmed damage.
Oh no, it was 3, so I hit 3.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Give me your unarmed attack.
Wow, I'll spend the momentum to reroll.
Yeah.
Reroll 5.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 second. Do 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 do.
Yes, I quickly have to populate a map because I wasn't expecting you to kick open the door.
Oh, that is not what's happening, unfortunately. That would.
Oh,
no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no. No, no. 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 I mean, yes, but no.
It's kind of good for me if you die because then I'm not going to like you can't be mad at me for not saving your sister's life if you are also dead. So, just keep that one in mind.
She's telling you to die for her. That's what she's asking.
That is the duty of every captain, is to die for their crew. You kick something, your foot goes. Eventually, you just kind of stretch and stretch and stretch, and just eventually, kink, your metal leg kind of goes through the container, and it connects with something, and then the whole container just fills with this billowing green smoke, and you hear a whir, 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 and something really hot against your foot. You broke your container and something's happened. I have to do a roll before I. Well, first let's do the damage because you're being exposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stress. It costs 4 to avoid injury.
I will spend a medal to half that to 4.
Yep. Are you still awake?
I am.
Good. I now have to say what's happened to this this vessel. You just did something that's really dangerous for both you and the ship.
Did he kick through a pressure hole?
Do. I'm gonna buy everything I have because we don't want to die.
Did I have to just kick a hole in the ship?
Yeah, you'll know when your leg pulls you because you're being sucked into space.
Yeah, you're actually on the U.S.S. Titan. The ship is made out of space carbon fiber.
But uh-oh.
You are gonna die.
Billion, I should not be able to kick through a ship.
I mean, you made a pretty convincing argument that you could.
These are cat-sized vegetable people. I mean, they probably don't build the strongest ships.
So
that's right.
what happened for first contact? I punted them.
Your body probably takes up their entire cargo bay. Like you're probably not in a jail cell. You're probably in the cargo bay.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean their ships should be made out of paper. Presumably, their ships are made out of the same high quality metal alloys ours are made out of.
It is, but they don't need probably to hold as much. They
So
don't. They're
dumb.
smaller, so their ship is made smaller. So I don't know. Somehow it makes sense.
No, I'm sorry. Penn's tombstone cannot be encountered alien, punted ship, died to vacuum.
I
Well,
did
I
roll
mean,
to see if you
The
if you went
worst part is
faster,
you're
it
not
would
even
have
trying
been
to
vacuum.
vacuum.
Well, if we didn't go poking holes in things, we wouldn't find out, would we?
that's
I get the
science.
distinct impression that this entire thing. I get the distinct impression this entire thing was designed to create a ship that Penn could not Metal Gear his way through.
No, I God of War through it.
I need to roll something else.
I think you need bionic lungs more than you need like a bionic leg.
I have to roll again.
They take a
What, did I take another 4? Or was that the ship
Oh
taking
no, that wasn't
damage?
you. You hear some crunching happening to you, around you,
I always love it
and
when
you
there's
hear
crunching.
alarms.
Oh, good signs. Good signs.
Come on,
You hear alarms. Your chamber is filled with this green gas. A lot of the noises you were hearing. Then you hear some sort of No, it's your turn. You hear all that. You hear lots of alarms, lots of gas. Your foot hit something really hot, whatever it was. What do, Captain?
I don't know, because apparently the last thing I did kicked a hole in a ship.
It wasn't a hole in the ship. You'd be sucking vacuum at that point. Please be reasonable. That's just silly.
Says the person who had to buy a full mitt. I actually don't fucking know. Can I attempt to pry open the box now?
Yeah. Fitness con difficulty of 2. As you kind of yank your kind of finding some way to get out of that stupid thing and peeling back what's left of the container.
I'm gonna roll 6 challenge dice. You get 5.
That's unfortunate. At least it's not 6.
Yeah, minor victories. Focus in composure.
Yeah, given what's going on, this sounds very alarming, whatever this is. Those don't sound like good noises. You peel your way out. Oops, wrong button. This one, that one. Yep. So let me draw this out a bit more now, because you can actually see things to a certain degree.
You son of a bitch. Am I being dragged behind? Oh no.
Whoops, no. This tool, not that tool.
See, it would have been funnier if you
would
were...
have been classic, though.
Yeah, if I was in a, just a tub behind the ships being towed along.
With some sort of jury-rigged environmental system, like
Yeah.
on the side, yeah.
Yeah, I made this into.
It would have been perfect.
They're professionals. They have the proper tools.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm totally picturing you're like a King Kong to them, like how in some of the King Kong movies where they just like put them on a big raft and tie the raft to a boat and then, tug
God,
him
they
to
really-
shore.
They really do like their sprig of Tito's. It's exactly what they look like from the top
You
down.
You open out and you see that you're in the most cramped looking spacecraft, and you notice that your foot has kicked into what looks like some sort of engine assembly. Out the screen, you can see the rushing of a planet toward the ship, and you see these tiny cat-like plant-looking creatures squeaking like crazy. They're puffing smoke everywhere. Hey, there's a hissing sound. And they do not know you're there at the moment. They're very busy with what's happening. And it looks like they're about to do something.
Did you put your foot in their dilithium chain?
I think I kicked their engine.
Oh, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damage stress. It costs 3, 4, 5 to avoid injury, as the gases in this room are basically unbreathable too. You're almost it almost the only reason you're not passing out immediately is because there is some amount of oxygen your blood can actually process, but most of the stuff is very poisonous to you.
Right. Okay. So I'm in a bit of a weird situation now.
Hmm.
I can avoid, or I can go down because I've only got one stress point left.
Yeah, if you go down, the scene ends. I'll point that out to you. So you'll just be non-lethally unconscious, and something will happen while he's unconscious.
I'll spend a medal to stay up.
Okay. Which medal to stay up, by the way? Oh, the one that avoided injury, Doy.
Yeah,
Smart.
yeah.
Yeah, you're still awake. They're working away. They're making noises and hissing. This thing looks like it's about to spear itself into the friggin' planet.
I'm going to walk up to to what seems like a con station.
I will correct you. You are crawling. There's not enough room for you to stand
Well,
properly.
yeah, that's fine. Same difference. But yeah, I'll
Which side? The port side or the starboard side?
From where I am, which side looks like it's got the con controls?
Well, funny you should ask me that. Insight con difficulty 2.
I'm gonna... Jesus, I'll spend 3 momentum.
This isn't exactly how I planned to get you more involved, but hey, you're more involved. And they don't look
boy.
like little cats. They're plants. Okay, that is a plant. That is a cat. But shut up.
Focus in mental prowess?
I take that. Yeah, you're trying to identify an alien console on first sight. That's kind of hard to do.
I gained 1, I'll spend 1 to squash. I don't know, I've just got a medal, I'll just cross it with a medal.
This side.
Alright, I'll start crawling over there and get to the con console.
You notice the 3 of them seem to be all touching with their little tendrils and plant-like appendages. They're kind of slapping at things and pulling at levers and stuff like that.
I'm gonna tap 1 on the shoulder and start, like, fly and make, like, the movements or, like steering wheel or fly.
Presence command difficulty 4 because they don't understand you. But hand gestures are possible, so you can kind of sort of communicate to them what you're doing. And you know enough about spaceship flying and general Starfleet Xeno linguistics to kind of try to fudge your way through it. But it's super difficult.
Focus and diplomacy.
Yeah.
Would charming demeanor come in? This is a social interaction, so I maybe get a reroll.
That's not more dramatic than I wanted it to. Pardon me. Yes.
Okay, you said this was 3.
Hmm.
You said the diff was 3, correct?
4.
4, okay. I'll spend 1 threat to momentum.
Three, 4, 5. One, two, three, 4. You take as you finish your explanation, they start moving out of your way. You take 5 stress.
Well, my track's full.
They start moving out of the way, and you take your last breath, and you pass out. And then they look very alarmed, and then rush back to the controls. New C.
Why did you let me kick their engine block?
We didn't let you do anything.
Hey, you could have. At least you didn't kick a hole into space. So small miracles.
Black Gov Pen, such a badass that one time he beat up a ship all by himself.
Where are you?
Like, not
There's
mentioning it's like the size of a motorbike, but he
Right,
he kicked
yeah.
an engine. Yeah.
Right. I mean, we're gonna have a legend. Let's have a
I
legend.
mean, we're going. We're gonna break the streak. There he is. In
Oh
the
my
engineering
God!
room.
Where am I? What is this place?
This is main engineering.
What?
I have no recollection of this place.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I'm picturing another walks in here and is like, something is off. And he looks around the corner and there's a big ISS Achilles sign.
So currently, as the Achilles is on the hunt for the captain's pirate ship, you have a kind of an ongoing problem where someone sabotaged your computer system,
Right.
and the other systems of your ship are potentially at risk. So it's a little more efficient if you're going to do stuff to help repair the ship or examine the ship to do it from main engineering than internal systems. McClellan heads down there with you. Partially because he wants to see what the Achilles room looks like, and partially to try to help because he's not a sensor operator, so he's of no help to the. He's not of much help to your ensign, so he's trying to make himself useful elsewhere.
Okay.
Not that he's a great engineer either, but
What are these glowy things in different colors?
So this ship was originally designed with a piezoelectric system. So when the ship got hit, if it ever took a breach, it would use the impact and the warping of the hull to kind of soak that up as energy and generate energy off of the hit. Unfortunately, that feature was removed from the Achilles over the 8 years it was serving at helping rebuild Narendra. So there's still this legacy of these old, broken up warp cores. Because this is the primary core, and these are the center is the primary core. The 4 others are the fusion cores that kind of help energize the center core. But
And
now they're
Arlen
just
never
regular
cleaned-
fusion cores.
Arlen never cleaned this up? Jesus.
It would require a full rebuild of the Achilles.
Well, I mean, it's been almost blown up 6 times. He could have done it at any given point. Anyway, I know he's watching. That's why I'm being so evil. Right. So, I want to determine who the hell put a hole in my ship.
Torpedoes mainly, says McClellan.
Nerta just glares at him.
He shrugs.
So yeah, I need to figure out. Have I already put the various alerts and automatic, integrity fields systems back online that were taken offline?
Not yet. You kind of had to head down here to do it.
Okay, so yeah,
to organize that affair.
let's first get things reset where, should anything else happen, the appropriate alerts and structural integrity fields will automatically pop up.
Require control control engineering difficulty of 3.
Engineering difficulty 3. Emergency repair.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, okay. Take difficulty 3, so take 3 threat for 4 dice.
Certainly.
Control engineering. Oh, whoop! Change my name back. So, it's like we gain 3.
But display the name, you silly thing. Yeah, you're able to get the systems back online and reset it back to its normal emergency system, so the fields are able to pop back on again. Click something. Oh, 1 second. You gave one more. McClellan helps.
Oh, very good. It's like pinned is BRB'd. So, not 47, just 4.
Well, the integrity fields are back online. Backups are back online. And they're not refailing. Okay. It's good news.
Right. Now let's see if we can track down who, or at least where, those systems were shut off from in the first time without doing a 2-hour diagnostic. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and figure out, if possible, who, but I figure it's far more likely to be able to figure out from where and how the programming was overridden. Like I'm expecting to find out, this console in this on this deck, not Bob Smith's console in his quarters.
Give me reason engineering opposed. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Mission directive spend. And a full MIT.
I see how you're going to be. Scroll. Would you accept a mission directive spend on maintain peace? Because figuring out who did this is going to be absolutely central to maintaining the peace.
In what way?
Well, if we prove it wasn't the Crimson Dynamos, then that's all to the good. But, which we don't think it was, but, there could always be suspicions unless we prove it out. That no, this was definitely Federation assholes, not alien assholes.
I'll take it, yeah.
Okay.
You're also avoiding unnecessary conflicts. You're not trying to blame everybody who could possibly do it. You're actually trying to find out the real person.
Right. So I can put them in an airlock and slowly evacuate the atmosphere.
Well, that's a different ding entirely.
Yeah, don't mess with Inertia shit, man. So okay. So do that, and then I will also buy a full mit, which is going to be 5. So I'll give you 4 Joe-mentum and 1 threat for bold.
Roger.
Okay, how about demolition and sabotage for a focus?
Yep.
Engineering, 4 dice. Okay. So that's 7 total for me.
Oh,
It was Bob Smith.
2, 3. Mission directive re-roll. That is really expensive. Oh, if you fail this, I can't do it again. So, well, that's better. 5, 6, 7 plus 1 is 8 hits total. Plus 1 because of a trait they have, and 2 for the trait for the determination spend.
Okay,
And you're
so
at
I'm
1, 2,
7.
3, 4,
You're-
5, 6, 7, 8. You spent for determination, didn't you?
Keeps rolling exactly what we're rolling.
Yeah, you're right. 8. Okay, so engineering team.
That puts it over the line. Yep, as you call in an engineering team to help research over it. You're able to determine it happened at one of the primary main engineering consoles, which there are
Son of a
only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are only 8 of them in the entire main engineering bay.
Okay, which one was it?
For momentum will answer. Or threat in this case, because you don't have any momentum.
Right. Okay.
It was this one.
All right. Do I have a date, time and date stamp?
You do.
Okay. So I'm going to pull up the logs for that station, the user logs for that station in that time frame.
Give me insight security opposed.
Insight security, eh?
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Mission directive. Do not find me, please. 2, 3.
Doesn't really count there. Okay, I've already spent my determination. And another opposed we're doing?
Yep, yep.
Okay, I'm going to have to give you 6 threat for a full mit.
Roger.
Demolition and sabotage again?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to throw at that at this point. Oof, it's a comp. 4 and 4.
I'd be at 5, but you can probably re-roll, or your engineering team.
I do get 1 reroll.
Yep. Oh, this is expensive.
And then
1, 2, 3 for the re-roll. Oh, damn it. Well, so much for that idea.
So I have a total of 6 hits now.
I have a total of 5, so you gain a momentum. So I gotta look at my notes, make sure I'm not giving you the wrong clues. Initial scans and readings indicated that it was Lieutenant Chen who was there at the time, but you're able to break through it and kind of guess that this could be a false, like someone may have been using someone else's codes to cover up what they're doing. So it's kind of trying to figure out, well, who could do this, given the way they sabotaged it, who had the skills required, and what parts did they access. Because you know from sabotage, you like a saboteur sabotages things they know how to sabotage. Guessing at stuff is how you get caught.
Right. Don't ask me why I know that.
And you actually find that it wasn't even at this console. That was just another bluff. It actually happened in the computer core area, and pulling up the data logs for that area, you're able to determine that a certain Bajoran was there.
Does that Bajoran have a name?
Rose Lizzo.
Oh, God damn it.
That's why this was so hard.
Oh, she's been sabotaging us. God damn it.
Well, that's so weird, though, because she's Bajoran. Why would she... Well, I mean, probably against Federation expansionism, which also seems to...
Well, also,
right in.
the only person who's had the neo-originalist information shared is Thralic for this reason.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Nanerta to security.
Security here, go ahead.
Actually, I need you to keep an eye on Lieutenant Lizu. Bring her in for questioning. I have evidence that she may have had something to do with sabotaging our systems.
Give me presence security difficulty of 2. As you explain your evidence quickly enough that they'll be able to act before she realizes that something's wrong.
Okay. Not my greatest score, so I'm going to spin the Jomentum. Third die. Don't think I have a focus here unless you let me use demolition and sabotage in the sense of no, this is why. This is how.
Yeah, I'll take it because you're explaining how it works to them.
Right. Yeah, not so much.
And McClellan's rolling for a different reason. You do have a succeed at cost, and that the security team will move, but it's likely by the time Nanerta's done explaining it, the target might clue in that security's onto them.
Okay. And then I will call the bridge and report to the commander's not here. Okay.
You can call up to the bridge. You can call up to Frolic.
I'll and report what I found.
Actually, I know how to transition that. Before you make that call, McClellan walks over and kind of says in a low voice, "Commander?"
Yes, Commander.
I have a feeling we have more than one saboteur aboard. One person couldn't have made this much movement without us not seeing it.
Well, you're almost certainly right. And so I will also talk to Thralic and recommend, Commander, I recommend we...
actually, I'll cut up to the bridge because there's someone in particular who's on the bridge answering your call.
Oh, okay.
New scene.
No, we don't have any.
Scenes? No, we have plenty of those. I'm a funny guy.
He's a funny guy.
I never could have guessed that you realized
It's
it's here
Creepy
on the
Dave,
show.
Animal Show. Okay. Creepy Dave.
You're not there.
This game. Oh my god. The
There's
Lieutenant
two
Commander and
McClellans.
Imposter.
Actually, I have 6 arms, 2 bodies.
Then you've kind of been left with temporary command of the bridge while you're still basically Satrira's just following the breadcrumb and trying to find where the ship went off to, because at some point it was at warp and then it just randomly veered in a weird way. And now you're trying to figure out what the hell it's doing and scanning around for weird anomalies. So at this point, there's nothing Thrala can really do other than go to the captain's ready room and report to Starfleet Command what's going on, because they're not attending to the mission they were sent out on. So you're kind of
In
the
which
person
case,
in charge
the,
for the moment.
the way I think of this is Ven does not take the center chair at any point. He's just been pinballing between security oversight con and sensor ops.
He's a
Like, how are we
cool
looking here?
guy. He's modern. He's slick. He doesn't use the chair.
Well, he
Moving around
feels
like a
he by no
Zendian
means.
sectoid.
That's Indian sectoid. Jesus.
You get called from an engineering.
He's like a
Commander Nutter.
lower decks character.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Need to pre-order that.
Call up from engineering.
Yep, from main engineering.
I'd say that, like, at this point, Ven is, walking around and he takes the call up at where the Exo's position is.
Yeah, you flick the light on. Because this thing actually has switches and stuff.
Bridge here.
This
Because I figure that's actually who they would have called up to.
Yeah.
This is Lieutenant Commander Ninurta. I need to speak to Commander Thralic.
I assume Commander Thralic is indisposed with something.
Yeah, currently speaking with Starfleet Command at the moment.
Fair enough.
Sorry, Commander. Thralic is currently on the horn with Starfleet Command. Sounds pretty urgent. I'm
All right, well,
holding down the fort, though.
We think we may have identified one of the saboteurs. I've already alerted security. I recommend we lock down, that we secure the what would you call them?
The remaining shuttles.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. But I recommend we secure the transporter room, shuttle bay, and all of the primary control centers of the ship: bridge, engineering, auxiliary control, computer core, etc.
Armory.
Oh yeah, armory. I think there's
Deploy the hoplites.
We're dealing with more than one saboteur. I recommend we deploy both security and the hoplites. We've got a lot
Ven just like sternly nods, looks over to Ensign Kasai. Did you get that?
Someone wants to grab Kasai, go for it.
Yes, Ensign.
Yeah, consider
Coordinate.
that an order.
Sorry.
Looks at it. It's odd to get orders from Ensign Ven, I imagine.
Well, that's why he's saying consider that an order from the commander, like from Commander Ninurta.
Why
I'd
does
also
she have
suggest you deploy
Betazoid in
them.
quotes as a trait?
Because she's of a Betazoid-alike species, but she's not actually a Betazoid. She's an
Okay.
offshoot species, a Mirazoid.
Recommend deploying them in teams. Hopefully, entire teams won't be composed entirely of saboteurs if they're among them. Gives us a better chance if we have some who've penetrated security, or the
Buddy system. Got it.
Yeah. Or God forbid, the hoplites.
He nods. Although Ninurta can't see that.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Does Ven know about like the ongoing like surgery situation?
Only if Asa would have reported it to the bridge. I don't know if she would have.
Considering I know there are personal connections between Shisha Shreer and the command staff, I would have said, uh, uh, um, Shisha Shreer is in a worsening condition. Although I do not. Well, okay. I would have reported to security or I did report about the computer issue, and I would want them to begin analyzing the crime scene to see, if they can find any information about it that way. But yes, I would have reported Shisha Shreer's condition.
Okay.
Sorry, as a rambling way to say yes.
It's okay.
So Ben knows that she's injured and in sick bay. Got it.
Mhm. And that anything at all that helps us find out what that toxin is will save her life.
Okay.
Ensign Vin, I can draw up the assignments in the security list. Could you assist by composing an algorithm to alleviate the commander's concern about individual assignment? Basically,
I
asking
think I
for
can do that.
Vin to use his programming to help as an assist.
Okay, so you are attempting to lock everything down.
Yeah, deploying security teams, but also taking into account everything known about the security personnel to have Vin write an algorithm that will match teams up that are unlikely to contain more than one saboteur.
Control security difficulty 3, assisted by comms security, and also reason science by the Ensign Ben.
Focus and personnel coordination.
Yes.
Take.
All right, that's a hit from me.
Take
Just
3
barely,
threat.
but a hit from me.
3 threat die.
Hey.
3, 4, 5, 6. 6 on a 3, so you gain 3 momentum. Yeah, you're able to start deploying the teams, and you're able to array them the way you wanted, without much issue.
2 momentum. We have enough personnel left over for like a quick reaction team that can grab anyone suspected of sabotage without removing security from an area.
You could do that, yeah.
And I'll spend two for that. And send an update to the commander.
Yep.
And both commanders, Ninerda and Thralic.
Recommend that we have off-duty crewmen report to their quarters and stay there until further noticed.
Declaring red alert.
Thinks that's going to require Thralic's permission.
Senior staff can call, like Ninerda and can call for red alert. They just have to eventually report to the CO why they called it.
Then Kasai will say...
not battle stations, it's quarantine. It's slightly different.
Kasai will say, certainly, Commander, if you could...
yeah, I think it's called like security alert.
To authorize
security
that,
alert,
I
yeah.
will perform the lockdown.
Yeah,
I think with deploying security and the hoplites, they're going to know that we know something's wrong. So I would call an intruder alert.
Kasai acknowledges, and as soon as Ninerda authorizes, she implements the intruder alert and sends off a ping to Thralic detailing the situation.
At which point, Ninerda will issue himself a phaser too.
A type 2 or phaser as well?
I got 3 arms, so I'm going to have 3 type 2s for a total of a type 6.
That's a good idea. We should Ensign Van, we should issue defensive equipment to the bridge staff. If there's a saboteur, this is a prime target.
Agreed.
And Kasai will like open the locker, I guess, with like the Type 2s and start handing them out to the science personnel. Because they normally don't get these.
Lieutenant Pack, who was largely helping, was kind of can't help with bridge stuff very much because he's kind of playing bridge liaison with Ryloff. But he turns in his chair and says, "We may need to consider turning the ship back to Narendra Station at this point if the ship's compromised."
I believe that is a decision for the commander.
Agreed. For all we know, the commander is receiving orders that might entirely countermand that. So,
Well, permission to leave. Well, I don't need no permission. What am I doing? He stands up and just starts walking out of the room.
Lieutenant Pack, you should
hold
not
on.
do that. We should stay
Hang on.
here.
Is Ven? Yeah, I was gonna say, is Ven getting any weird feelings from him?
Insight security difficulty 2. You're
Insight.
reading into it. And you're able to read into his mind, but you're reading his mental state.
I mean,
And if it's a security,
also, if the ship's just going on intruder alert, the bridge is on lockdown.
he's a security officer. He can move around, and the
Yep.
ensign can't hold him. He's got
spend-
rank, so.
Spending a momentum. Oh no. Oh, hold on. Let me quickly check the Let me check the mission directives. No. Value spend, I think, quick on my feet.
Yep.
Because this guy's like trying to leave, like, and I'm trying to catch this as he's. That's 2 hits.
Through the Vulcan calm, there is a undercurrent of irritation, and a lack of faith in your abilities. But it's not a. You don't sense malice behind what he's doing. Like he doesn't seem to mean anyone in particular harm. He's just in a bad mood and doesn't seem to trust you very much.
Okay. I have bigger fish to fry than a butthurt Vulcan. He can go.
What does Kasai say to him? Because you can call out to your fellow security officer even though he's your superior.
Kasai says, Lieutenant Peck, you should remain on the bridge since we are in lockdown.
Give me presence command. Not so much commanding someone, but trying to convince someone who outranks you. Please do the thing that I'd like you to do.
I think in this case, unless he's a direct superior, I might have some authority because I'm active duty on the oversight terminal.
Is this why
you're both security department. If he was another department, you would have more say in his movements. But you could order.
Is this why there's so many new NPCs? Because like they're all suspects.
So that's presence command difficulty 2 to convince back.
That's him not answering.
Hey, the Fifth Amendment exists for a reason.
Yeah.
And I'll actually, on the basis of you being the security oversight officer, I'll give you comms command because you can kind of inform Pack a little more what the situation is that he doesn't know because he's not at oversight. He was at tactical too, so he doesn't know the entire story. He kind of caught the last bit of the conversation and decided to get up. It's like, well, hold on, sir, before you leave.
Would you
There's
take
a reason we're
personnel?
doing this lockdown.
Would you take personnel coordination? Because Kasai is keenly aware of where people need to be in, and has good arguments for why everybody needs to be where they are in this situation.
Yep.
Yeah, I like how the game's turned into a Star Trek Clue.
Nope.
I just hope it doesn't turn into it was penned on the shuttle with his foot.
All I can think of is it's her. How do you know that? Well, she's the one being played by the B-list guest actor.
Don't worry, we'll just hire a bunch of them from our local theater club.
I don't know if B-list actors are in your local theater.
Where's Daniel Craig doing a Shelby Foote accent when you need him?
Oh. Oh God.
That looks like a biffed roll to me.
Yep, it is.
I'm aware of the situation, Ensign. Carry on. Pac just straight up leaves. He has to say a code into the door to let him. You hear him say the code into the turbolift because it won't move unless he gives his code. So he has to. Any security officer who tries to break it has to tell the ship, "It's me that's doing this." Because that's how the hoplites are able to move around.
Note it in the log and move on.
And you can tell he's going to deck 2, and you see his movements because he has to keep every door. He has to do that to get anywhere. So it's slow going, but he slowly makes his way over to the ready room and is waiting outside of it. Then insight, science, oppose. You notice something at the Excel console.
Insight,
mission directive.
Science.
It's opposed, by the way. Buying 2, 3, a full mitt.
Oh, that's gross. I don't like that. Insight science, you say?
Yep.
Sensor operations focus.
Let me check my notes. Is that what I'm doing? Wrong person. No. Oh, well, add complication. It could see what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Hold a moment.
Also, I would give them 1 free hit because you're essentially overriding from the XO station.
Mm-hmm.
But you would get sensors plus science for the ship because you're using sensors to figure out what's happening. You're seeing a passive sensor screen at the XO's update panel.
Okay. Hold. Okay. My only hope here, I think, is to buy a full mint.
That would
with
be
threat.
expensive.
Huh? Because I have no more determination, and I don't think I have a milestone that applies to this. Although, wait, here's a question: testing a theory into practice.
No.
No. Okay. Worth a shot.
It's the priority 2 orders that have the directives, right?
Priority 2 is the current one, yep. I really should make the other one go away. That's not really applicable anymore.
Okay, here we go.
Oh no, there's only the one. The one with the Starfleet Command logo would also be a hint. Just realized.
No.
Oh, right, I have to roll back. Okay, who's doing this?
Well, if you don't remember, he's already lost.
It's this person. Oh, it's this person. Right. Scroll. Scroll. Nope, not that one. Where are you? Oh, Doi. That's why. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. 3, 4, 5, 6 currently.
There is nothing I can do about this. But I assume the complications cancel.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately they beat me.
Oh, sensor science. Actually,
oh.
you're even worse off because you have a difficulty increase because you're overriding from XO station.
Yep. So they really beat me.
But you can roll sensor science. That might help you in some. Hey.
Gets it plus 1
2,
back.
3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, but they have 1, so they effectively have 7. So they're 1 up on you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. There was a blip on sensors, but you realize that must have been just the Shackleton expanse. It has weird anomalies and eddies all the time. It can cause sensor shadows and stuff.
Okay, that's all I can do, I think.
So Trira then pulls and brings the ship to a full stop. I've lost Astronav. I can't see where we're going. I can't warp safely after what we're chasing.
What?
I've lost acquisition to Galactic Center.
Kasai turns to Vin and says, Ensign, I think we're compromised. We need to perform a main core shutout.
Main computer core shutdown?
Shut out. Access only via the bridge.
And
Kasai is a security officer. We've talked about sabotages. So any blip, anyone complaining, her mind is immediately going to go to the saboteurs are winning. We got to try harder.
I mean, they just locked us out of navigation. We're literally flying blind. It's pretty severe.
Yeah, that's why Shakira was like, I can't see where I'm going. I have to stop the ship.
In fact,
I can't lawfully move the ship anymore.
I think Kasai is only going to say that as a courtesy to Vin and start doing it anyways, unless he counteracts her.
Yeah, he's not countermanding that. Just run that by engineering first so that they know that's what's going on and don't assume that it's a saboteur trying to take command of the computer system, because then engineering might start working against you.
I'll open a direct line back to. I guess I will.
That's so dark.
Meanwhile, Bend is still falling towards the planet.
Don't worry, he's waking up. Everything will be fine.
Don't make me kick another engine.
Hold on, I have to figure something out. Aha. Plus. You wake up to suffering 4 stress.
Okay.
I'll explain why in a moment. As You wake up to an intense heat that just scorches your back as you seem to be lying on the ground and something just exploded near you.
What the fuck? Stand up. What just exploded?
You stand up. 1 second. Um, some random rolls are happening. And it came up with something I wasn't expecting.
Oh God, he's broken out the traveler books again.
No, the other book, the traveler books, would take longer.
What, Stars Without Number?
You find that as you stand up, you look around and see yourself on a world that is pocked with craters and rubble-strewn lava fields. And you can see that it is a clear night sky aside from the juts of gas and vapor coming out of the various volcanoes. The thing that blew up appears to be, well, you're a veteran Starfleet officer, and you've been in multiple wars. There's no role for this. That was an antimatter warp core containment breach. A ship just blew up near you. And you got cooked a little bit. On the downside, the minute you try to take a breath, you find you can't catch a breath. Fitness, friggin' medicine, difficulty 2.
There's no fucking winning tonight, is there, for Bend?
No. I wasn't going to insta kill you for the ship blowing up. That's not your fault. They crashed. They screwed up the landing roll.
Take 3 threat.
Certainly.
Would you take mental prowess? I can convince myself I can work off shorter breaths.
I'll take it in that you might know a method that you can shallow breathe a bit, a little, to buy yourself more time. Gain 2 momentum as you kind of take as shallow a breath as you dare. You do know that the longer it takes you to get to a breathable atmosphere or some sort of device that lets you breathe, this is just going to get harder. You're breathing an atmosphere that's way too thin for your lungs to process, so you're kind of fading, but you're aware of it, so you haven't lost your. You must have been recently in a environment before you hit the ground. So you still have some air left in you, some energy left in your tank. But well, I don't need to do all darkness. Oh, I kind of do because you don't know where you are.
Do I see where the antimatter explosion came from?
It came from over that way, off in the distance.
I will start heading that way because it's possible there could be survivors.
So you start heading off that way.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I can reveal this part. As you're moving along, give me insight security opposed. Because you see movement amidst the craters around you.
Strategy
It
and
could be just
tactics.
the planet being dangerous, but say again, sorry.
Strategy and tactics.
I would take it.
Would you take the trait of quick reflexes?
I would.
Would you take the trait of Tellarite, considering they have heightened senses?
One moment. Thud. One moment, I have to be right back. I just heard a weird noise.
Yeah, this is a confusing session.
There's all sorts of stuff going on.
Like, I'm just trying to, like, compile the plots that are going on at the moment. So, Neo Originalists, we have Sabotage, we have the diplomatic meeting, we have the kidnapping, we have the murder attempt. So we're up to 5. Any more? Have I missed any?
Yep. Well, there's also the mystery of where's Jaishu?
Oh yeah, so we're at
And
6.
there's and I guess under kidnapping that counts you and the crystal, but the crystal got
Yeah.
kidnapped too. There's a whole shuttle full of secondary characters in Winchester's primary. We haven't even
Yeah.
got to yet.
So we're at like 6.
Don't worry about it.
We're at like
They're having a lot of fun.
yeah, we're at
Or maybe
6.
they're all dead. We'll find out sometime.
Yeah, we're like 6 or 7 current plots going on at the same time, and we're just all over the place.
And where are our Romulans when we need them most?
I know, right?
Like, I can't be held accountable for kicking a hole in the engine.
I don't think anybody is. That's pretty awesome, though.
No, I mean, when Starfleet read the report, it's like, I'm trying to not be captured and give up information. I kicked my way out of my cell. I just accidentally kicked their engine block. I like how the role was either you kick the engine or you kick into space. I mean, that's a pretty good station.
Right?
Like, I'd give it a solid 7 or 8 out of 10.
Mm.
Like, aesthetically, could be better, but overall, real solid.
It's your basic O'Neill cylinder, so it had some real science behind it.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's a solid station.
Things you walk into for 11, Alex. No.
Okay, so we had yes to quick reflexes. Would you take yes? Well, what would you take Tellarite due to the heightened senses they have?
That's what I was looking up. Thank you.
It's like smell and sight. Because it's not often we actually get to use like racial traits as a fucking. Well, unless you're Betazoid.
Betazoids get all of the luck. Am I right?
Clearly.
Starks had it wrong, actually. They give preference to the Betazoids, calling it now.
I mean, I don't think he was wrong about anything. And I'm not biased about that at all.
No.
Nope, that's Trill. Tellarite, you stupid thing. Thank you. Keen sense of smell, excellent eyesight, more acute perception of distance, depth, and dimension than humans. Yeah, that gives you a free hit.
Yeah, it's easily something people forget. It's like Tellarites apparently have just fantastic senses. So I'm currently at 2 free hits. For now, I'll just buy 1 die with threat. And you said this was an opposed roll?
Yep.
Are you spending anything?
I actually don't really need to because I'm benefiting from squad rules at the moment.
Okay. I'll reroll.
I mean, I could, but I always feel like that's dunking harder than you need to.
I will squash with metal. That's my last one, and I'm at 4 successes.
You notice some flashes of bright purple around you that don't match up with like anything that the clouds would do or anything like that. Like planets can have weird colors around them sometimes, but you know enough about various planetoids, even ones like this, which would be a class D at best. That's not the flashes of purple usually mean either a toxic gas or some strange gas, maybe a life form. Well, it's certainly a life form. It's actually
6 of them. Oh no, okay.
6 of them.
Oh, it was actually 6 of them.
Who are about as big as you are, who seem to be trying to crawl after you and are stalking you.
I don't even think this is the weirdest 24 hours I've played as Pend as a character.
I might be worried. Those look like purple honey badgers.
I'm gonna keep going the way I was going whilst keeping an eye on them.
You get the feeling the minute you need to climb something, like something that doesn't involve you walking straight, you have to like go around something or go up something or start scaling something downward, they're gonna jump you. They seem to be waiting for you to not be walking in a straight line.
Okay. Well, with that intention, could I turn around and roar at them? Try and intimidate like a lion roaring at its pride.
I didn't know you wanted to breed with them, but I suppose you could do that. Presence command. Difficulty increase of plus difficulty of 4. Normally it was going to be 2, but it's increased by the fact that it's kind of hard to scream threateningly when you can barely breathe. But you can kind of make the gestures and stuff. Also, you don't know what these species react to. They may be attack creatures that respond to that as a go ahead and fight me pose, as opposed to a go away from me pose.
Or can I just turn around and stare at them menacingly? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. It's like menacing stare. It's like I wanted to roar, but I can't get a breath to get a roar. I'll lose all my oxygen.
Menace.
Focus in composure.
I think that applies here. Losing your mind at the moment would not be helpful for you at the moment.
I don't think it would really harm too much. I'm going to roll 6 challenge dice. This is my last one. Burning through all the fucking medals. You get 4.
Thank you.
Would charming demeanor come into play because it's either social interaction or social conflict?
Yep, it doesn't specify you have to be peaceful. That's a different. The Cajun one required it to be a peaceful conversation. Charming demeanor doesn't care, which is funny.
I'm going to try and throw out some traits. And so, Master Strategist, I am trying to scare away a group of hunters.
I'll take it on the line that it's you don't want to be fighting these things on the long term. If you want to survive, even if you fight these things, that's going to take a lot of air out of you. You don't have time for this kind of fight.
Tiger of Narendra.
They don't know who you are.
Command.
They're not sapient enough to be aware, for that matter.
Commanding presence.
That will still apply, animal or not.
So I've got 2 hits there. Okay, let's see how this goes. I do have 2 rerolls, so I'll reroll the comp first. That's when the second one rerolled a 0. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Huzzah!
On a diff 4, essentially, so you gain a bunch of momentum. Roll me 7 challenge dice, please. We're going to see how many of them you scare away. I'm treating this as areas, so first one activates. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are going to just go, nope, I don't want any part of this. That weird alien thing is scary. I don't want to find out what it can do. So I'll hunt something else.
Yeah, could I spend...
The other 2 are kind of hungry and don't care.
Could I spend 1 to reroll 3?
You could.
God damn it.
Ah.
Am I really gonna have to fight them now?
Oh, you're fighting 2 instead of...
They're biting for lethal because they want to kill the thing they want to eat.
I don't taste nice.
You don't have any claws. You're not much bigger than they are. You were a little scary, so I'll buy a single die on top of their normal amount because you are an alien, so you might have some weird thing you can do. Which gives me, they're fighting as a squad, so I would have 3 dice anyway, and it only costs me 1 to buy an additional die. So I have 4 dice currently. Daring, security, opposed.
Fitness security for me.
Yep.
Close quarters combat as a focus.
Yep.
I'm going to spend 1 threat and 5 momentum.
Certainly.
Yeah, unfortunately I taste bitter and not very nice.
Well, they don't know that yet. They'll find out, but they don't know that yet.
I've got a reroll. Well, I technically have traits as well, which doesn't call. I'd say Hoplite and Eldritch Punter, maybe even Quick Reflexes, but it's too late.
It's about what I thought. I was thinking the same number. Oh god. 4 hits for them.
Well, I've currently got 4, unless you'd take the traits I forgot to call out beforehand.
Eldritch Punter wouldn't help. They're just aliens. They're just alien creatures. You're the alien here, really.
Yeah.
Quick reflexes would help because being quick and snapping back at them in a fist fight is probably good for you.
Yeah.
So that puts you 1 over.
And I think the only other one would be Hoplite.
I won't take it merely because you're under-equipped for a hoplite. You don't have the proper tools to be a hoplite properly.
Yeah, that's fine. So I win by 1.
Yep. You can choose to do no damage and just push them away, or do unarmed damage to counter-strike.
I'll do unarmed damage.
Okay.
Clearly not trying to kill, but just
Yeah, you
leave
can
me
spend
alone.
to try to kill anyway, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Resistance 6, but that's fine. That's still enough to knock at least one of them out. Would you like to spend to try to knock out the other one?
Oh, that was their turn.
No. There's a different spend.
Like spend for area or?
It's a thing people normally don't get to do. It's secondary targets, more of a Klingon thing.
Oh, sure. What do I spend?
It's been a bit myself. It costs
Have
you
any
2. It costs
have
2,
any
and you
medals
deal. It costs 2, and you deal half your attacks damage round down. So 1,
sure.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You would be doing 3 to the second one.
I'll spend to get it up to an injury. But I think they have 1 resistance, correct?
Yeah.
So I'd be spending another 4.
Okay.
No. 3. Yeah.
And you knock the 2 of them out as you throw them aside.
No, I'm not going to harvest the dead just yet. I'll keep heading over to where the explosion came from.
Fitness security difficulty of 3 as you find yourself short of breath.
Composure as a focus?
I'll take it because passing out on a thin atmosphere world is pretty much a death sentence.
Would you try and test it as a trait, considering I did this on a Calcut as well?
Yep, you've been in extreme environments before. Some of the lectures about how hoplites need to survive in extreme environments comes from Penn's career,
which is weird. Take a threat.
Certainly.
So that's 4 hits.
You're able to press on and scale the mountains in the distance. New scene.
What diff was it? 2 or 3?
3.
Oh yeah, so it's just going to get cut now.
Draining all the momentum as usual. Very, very selfish.
Look, I'm finding myself in weird positions here.
Well, that sounds like a you problem,
Phrasing.
Captain.
And like we were joking while you were away, we're currently like running 6 to 7 plots all at the same time.
Yeah,
Right.
Tell me about it.
So it's like, where are we going?
It's fine.
Just wait till next week when we get our Romulans back.
Oh, God.
So now we focus upon the journeys and travails of one particular little starship. Well, starship's kind of strong. Well, it's a starship. It travels stars.
I mean, it's a Delta Flyer.
It's kind of like the boat ship distinction. We should actually call it a star boat.
Oh yeah, these are the people that are aboard.
These are the people that were aboard.
They're now in space and dying.
Yeah, before they horrendously exploded.
Because Cham had to get that Captain Pin level leg and started kicking the hole. It's hero worship.
And come on, come with me. There we go. Oops. So the question becomes, who's flying this hunk of junk?
Silik was the pilot, right?
That depends on how difficult it is to convince Silik to let me do it.
Well, it is only logical. You have very important duties to attain to as a diplomat on this mission. It is only logical that the most trained person for a given task is the one who executes that task.
I would suggest that I'm equally as skilled as you for this task, but also exactly what foreign species do you expect me to treat with on our journey? I think Lieutenant Cham, Ambassador Silva, and Specialist Click are all already members of the Federation.
Silik, like does the Vulcan eyebrow raise? Is that a bit of Earth humor?
It's certainly not humor you'd find on Vulcan. You wouldn't find any, actually.
Oh, you're one of those.
One of those? Hold on here. What do you mean by one of those?
I meant no offense, and counselor.
Well, perhaps I took it as an offense.
That would not be the logical thing to do. But
We must not argue against ourselves. What if the colony is in danger? We must focus.
What?
What colony?
The colony of the Achilles.
We have to find our queen. I imagine we get some kind of like a blaring engine alarm off of that roll, and
No,
Silik's gonna
that's
say,
no.
Leia,
4.
please, it is not proper protocol for you to be up here. Let me fly the ship. And she is going to sit back down in the con chair.
No, that's actually a 4 on the dice. It's just it's rolling it as
Weird. Okay.
yeah. Now
False alarm.
Yeah, so it's actually a success. It just came up as a comp.
Weird.
But yeah, this is just you're kind of following the trail you found before. This is just the idea. This is just normally warping after something would be diff 0 and there'd be no roll, but the Shackleton is a pain in the neck to fly around in at all. The Achilles is like the only ship in the fleet right now that navigates it without any issue because it spent a year out in it.
Here's what I'll say, Winchester. If you really want to fly the ship, GM, would you let us have like a presence con opposed to see who can out argue the other one?
If you two can do that if you want, you just get no momentum for it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
The fun thing is, whichever one of you should pilot is really dependent on the situation. One of you has really high daring, and the other one has really high con.
I have high daring and con.
Okay.
I have low control, which we're about to see in practice.
GM, discipline.
Oh no, sorry, I meant daring and control. Like
Mhm.
the con officer has high control, so Leia's got high daring.
What was that again for Silik?
A focus in discipline. For it is proper Starfleet protocol for the con officer to be the one flying the ship, and I'm not going to be. and I'm not going to be bossed around by some bigwig who wants a seat at the wheel. And can I make a spin for you for the trait Vulcan? That this is a weird, illogical kind of Vulcan, and like I especially don't want her to get a win over me.
It cancels out because she's a Vulcan as well. She
Because
knows.
she's also
She
a
knows
Vulcan.
why you're
Okay.
acting the way you are.
If it's fair to you, Winchester, I say we both roll flat.
That's called no.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Focus and persuasion.
Yep.
Oh well.
Do you think? I don't know if any like we've already talked about the traits, Vulcan and stuff. Shackleton Command and Trauma probably don't come into this. Does Aza's spirituality particularly volatile?
Whose spirituality?
Silex.
She has.
Would Aza's deep spirituality help me argue this? I don't know how argumentative her faith is.
Probably not. It's much more of a quiet personal thing.
Yeah, that's still there,
forgot.
and it's probably going to be there
forgot.
forever.
Oh, the
but-
Catra.
I forgot about that entirely.
We'll
It
work
doesn't
on
help
it at some
here.
point.
If she was a Bajoran, this might work, but this would actually help. But because you would know, you would just instinctually know certain things you wouldn't normally know. Yeah. So Saleya makes the more pressing argument.
Yeah,
Into the roll.
Silac kind of like argues with you incessantly, using the word like logic and as the scripture says, and according to Surak and his disciples, a lot at you, essentially, attempting to I'm the holier than thou Vulcan, but eventually you wear her down and she will go into the back of the ship and say, it was time to switch ships anyway.
It's probably best that she does go back, or else Saleya will lose interest in flying the craft and gain an interest in being a Socratic asshole to Silac, trying to incessantly question.
Poor ambassador said, but just some ambassador going, yep, just gonna let that play out. So Saleya is taking the con.
Mhm.
Well, you know the number. Control con, div 3, engines con. The engine already rolled.
Are we not doing momentum this episode?
They keep being spent by selfish captains.
Take a threat.
Also, the main ship, it doesn't need momentum. It really should have saved some for you guys. I mean, your guys on the more important Mercy.
Yeah, I already rolled engines content. That's what we got here.
So we got
It's
4
just
hits.
that after you rolled, there was a very long slap fight about religion before they could determine who gets to fly the ship.
Yeah, you're able to, you gain a momentum off that actually, because you got more than you needed. So first off, you're able to follow the course. Now you need to find the ship you're hunting. You are faster than they are. This is just a matter of figuring out, making sure you didn't overshoot them. This requires reason science. Difficulty of 3. Assisted by sensors science. Jack Surak was wrong. Yikes.
I guess that's someone sitting at one of the other consoles, right?
Yep. Because Leah's too busy flying the ship at the moment.
Like, click, can you be the eyes of the colony?
Yeah, Click. You're like in the back of the ship, and you hear Zelak come back and begin complaining to Cham about the horrendous anti-personal attitudes of Saleya and how it's a breach of separation of powers, that there are even civilian components here, and you should probably go up front before this goes on any longer.
Click does not want to help the colony. Click is busy eating dogs.
What?
All right. Oh,
Sorry,
you
what?
go.
Click, scan ahead.
Well, I'm the sensors operator. Did we bring somebody from science?
No. We brought Cham. See, I tried to argue for that we did not need a secondary pilot, but I was overruled. So now we have Silac here.
Okay, reason science.
That's a 1 in science.
Okie dokie. So, yeah. Take momentum and 2 threat. 4 dice, because that's going to be the only way here.
This is the way. Oh, wrong franchise.
Nope.
I mean, it's possible. 1 second.
The shuttle helps.
I'm rolling an 8.
The shuttle did help, just not enough. You can't find the damn thing. It's out there somewhere. You're following it. You just don't know precisely where it is because you're traveling at warp and through the Shackleton.
Okay, so I will spend a determination on Click's brand new value. Protect the hive! And reroll 3.
What part of the hive are you protecting there, Click?
Well, they've kidnapped one of our hive members. We've got to get it back.
That's
So
fair.
the
I'll
hive can be
take it.
complete.
I'll take that.
Okay, that gives us to 3 anyway.
Don't know what I'm humming. Eventually. Actually, I'll yank you guys back. I know. Boop. Boop. Yeah, you're able to track it down. You can see it amongst the clouds. It's actually doing a pretty good job of moving from cloud, zipping around through clouds. If you were at its speed, you'd have an incredible, almost impossible task catching it. But because you can move so fast, the minute it appears like on a distant cloud, you immediately just increase your warp speed and catch up to where it was. So it's just a matter of figuring out what cloud it's zipping around before you're like, oh, there it is.
There's our prey.
Oh boy.
It raises its shields because it sees you.
Descend upon them with the fury of the hive.
Perhaps, Specialist, we will descend upon them with the good intentions of the hive.
Click shrugs his 4 shoulders, or however many he has, and goes, whatever works.
Ambassador, I think you're up. And
grab the
I'll
ambassador.
open the hailing frequencies.
Okay, well, you're not going to like this. Control plus engineering. Difficulty, say it with me, 3. Communications plus engineering. Welcome to the Shackleton.
Oh, Specialist Click.
Of course. This is why you brought me. Okay. Difficulty 3, control engineering. Okay. So, yeah, I guess take 3 threat for 4 dice.
Certainly.
Do you know how hard it was for the puppeteers to control 4 arms at once as he rips open that console and begins working on it?
There we go.
Hopefully, Click makes a good impression with the audience, or we'll have to cut down the budget and replace him with a human.
Hailing frequencies are open.
Next season.
Unfortunately, it makes the actor inside holding him overact like crazy. Kind of reminds me of the Oda performance. Yeah, same idea, same energy, really.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you hit it totally.
Daughter of.
You okay over there? Do you need help?
Are you joking?
Yeah, like if you're choking on his honey. I don't know what you eat.
That's just what's in the insect. How insectoids talk.
Probably hive members that are no longer valuable to the hive.
Hailing frequencies open. Return our hive mate.
The ship doesn't respond to that, surprisingly. It does some evasive maneuvers, but again, now that you see them, there's no outrunning you. They just can't shake you right now unless the weather changes.
Yeah, Selena is willing to take the lead here, but because we have an actual ambassador, I think I'm not in a position to do that. So that's why I motioned to her.
I don't know if you want me to play Senva though. So does anyone else want to play Senva?
I think that leaves me.
Yep. Go ahead, Van.
Yeah.
Wondrous.
Remember, you're trying to convince them that the crystal they took is a life form, and they do not deal in this kind of life form, so they should return it.
Attention, alien craft. We have information regarding a piece of cargo that you stole from our vessel. It is an alien life form, and it is our understanding that you do not trade in such things. We have information to prove this point from your own compatriots, with the understanding that you will return this being to us. In return, we will allow you to leave, and you may take whatever other spoils you acquired during your attack on our vessel. And
looks shocked and appalled, but nobody can tell.
Ambassador, give me Insight Command difficulty 1. There's a protocol you didn't adhere to.
but
you might recall what it is.
I'm scrolling, gotta find it. Where is it? We have like civilian. There it is. Way at the bottom. There you are. Would you say
Always
insight?
held down by Starfleet. Neo resistance for right, am I right?
Insight command, is that what you said?
Yes.
Federation law focus?
Yeah. I got 2 momentum out of it.
Good.
Protocol when hailing another vessel, for Federation vessels and Starfleet vessels especially, is to identify who you are, what ship you are, and who you represent. Because right now, you're just some random spaceship that is meeting them. They don't know who you are or where you're from. So they might react. Now, you may say nothing and hope that doesn't mean anything, or they may react, but usually it helps to tell people. It's considered a rather friendly thing to do.
Well, if she would have known that, would I be able to spend momentum to make that have happened first, or?
What does she say at the beginning? Because this is she probably just tags us on at the end. Maybe it's just a quirk that she saved for the end of her conversation rather than the beginning.
Mm-hmm. This is the flyer Patroclus, representing the U.S.S. Achilles of Starfleet United Federation of Planets.
Give me Presence Command.
Here we go.
Difficulty. I'll spend to make it. It was going to be 3. I'm going to spend it up to 4. 3 was just by sheer. They're not familiar with their language is unfamiliar to you. The extra one is just out of sheer nerviness because you're a hyper advanced vessel that just caught up to them like it's nothing. So they're a little tense. They're likely a little tense over there.
You said Presence Command?
Yep.
Would you... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm spending 1 threat, 2 momentum for 4 dice.
Would you allow an assist on the lines that I helped remind the ambassador the points she needed to cover?
You could, yeah.
All right, I'll give you 2 threat to make that an automatic 1 with Voice of Authority.
That's 3 hits for
Plus
5
2.
hits.
So you gain 2 momentum on
Does the
account.
shuttle assist with like communications command or something like
It
that?
would, yeah. Communications command for the shuttle. That makes sense. Something's lost in translation.
Well, we can quash it with the 2 we gained.
And give me 6 challenge dice to see how socially you're able to convince them of your argument. And if you need to follow up on the argument. Part of the issue is also that their language their language is little known in your translators, so some of it's being caught is being lost in translation. So you're kind of having to be
Take
you have
one
to speak in
more.
simple terms.
Take one more threat because
I might be able to help you if you don't succeed at this. I have a focus in linguistics.
That is 5. That is enough to tip them over. They do drop out of warp and they come to a stop. Well, they come to a slow because you really don't want to be sitting dead stop in the Shackleton because of the weather.
Mhm.
And they do start coming about a little bit, but they don't point themselves like this at you because that's a somewhat aggressive posture for their ship. So they kind of
and the ambassador will send over the info that it was like a recording or something that we made from the ones we captured.
Yeah.
That like
And
that's
like
them explaining to their own people what's going on.
And we can send them basic details about the crystal too.
Yeah.
So they know what to look for.
Right.
Hello, yes. Ambassador Semba, yes. All right. So you want Crystal back? You want friend back?
Yes. Correct.
Do coordinates for beam?
We'll provide the coordinates for the transport pad in the craft. Because there is one in here, right?
There'd be a pad in the back, in the rear compartment, yeah. For like 1, but still, it's better than nothing. They have to succeed at a beaming task.
Specialist click. Help them.
Yes, let's get Hivemate back safely.
Let's see.
What a cool assist.
You are using reason engineering to help them.
Okay.
And they are beaming it. It's a diff 3 for them. Do you wish them to buy any additional dice? Because right now they're not a hostile. They're somewhat friendly to you, so they don't use They don't spend threat anymore.
Yeah, let them buy a die.
A single die.
Yeah, and then with me that gives them 4.
Okay, so they bought a single die. And wait, is it difficult 3? Yeah, it's difficult. I remember why. Because they're from here. That's why it's only a little hard. Wait, no, then it might be easier. Let me calculate it. Sorry. Normal beams are 2. It's on a pad. It's going to a pad, essentially. They're not doing it from a transporter room. They really don't have one over there. So it's just 2, actually. I have no reason to raise it, do I? It's the Shackleton, but they're used to the Shackleton. So 2. It's actually diff 2. I'm wrong.
Okay.
Boop. And boop. I gain a momentum as they beam over the crystals.
Is it
the
our
correct
crystal?
one? Yeah, is it the correct crystals?
The lithium crystals. Oh God!
Well, they stole a bunch of different,
It's true.
resource crystals.
But yeah, no, it is your quantum phase crystals. I'm taking a presumption that Semba was specifying who you wanted back.
Okay. Yeah. You should tell them that they should not steal from Starfleet ships. That we are faster and more powerful, and we'll track them down if they do.
If you, with your leave, Sinva, I'd like to negotiate with them to prevent this in the future.
You may do so. However, should negotiations fall apart, it is for the best that we depart with haste.
Click will scan the crystals to see if he can tell if they're okay. I have no idea.
You can give me reason engineering difficulty of 1.
Okay. No, wait, this is Nanerta. Click. I'll just roll it flat. Yeah. Look at click go. So, gain 1.
From your scans, they look fine. From your scans, you can tell that this crystalline hive entity, as it were, it's not quite as advanced as, say, the Cowcat are or the hive AI that is in Myth, but they're the equivalent of a group of people who are a bit startled and a little confused, but they're otherwise fine. They're just a little disoriented.
I will pat them gently. We will get you back to the hive. Do not concern yourself.
And both ships take damage as a surge of energy ripples through the area. They throw their shields back up almost immediately, but someone needs to do a roll to get your shields up before the waveform hits your ship. Daring plus engineering difficulty 2, assisted by structure engineering.
Is Click at the console to help?
I would say no. He's back there helping the crystals out.
All right. I can probably manage this.
So who's jumping into the engineering chair to help save the ship from unshielded damage? Electromagnetic damage, to be more precise.
Who's Cham an engineer?
No, definitely not Senba.
I guess I could do it. I have an engineering of 2.
What I got.
Either that or I can override and do it.
Yeah, no, I can do it.
That makes me doubt that you can.
All right, daring engineering. A question: when someone is activated, does their new thing apply immediately or only after the end of the episode?
End of episode.
Okay. Difficulty 2, but the trait of hoplite makes that difficulty 1 task.
I would say so. Yeah. Damn, Celix a hoplite. I didn't know that.
I mean, it's on her sheet.
Well, there you go. Yeah, someone must have tagged her with it. I don't remember her as one of the hoplites. That's why it threw me. Oh, that's why. Because she. Yeah, never mind. I remember now.
Maybe
Okay.
Click could become a hoplite.
No.
Oh, God.
No, click. We are very strict castes here. You are part of the worker caste, not the warrior caste.
Well, she has focuses in fortifications.
Wait a minute, hold on.
and scholars.
No, you can't say that.
No, he's an insect. That's literally how insects work. That wasn't
I
me
feel
being.
a lot of speciesism going on here.
No.
I'm going to have to report you to Commander Thralic.
Okay.
And as a drone, Click is a they them.
Oh.
And
You're
Sirach,
crossing so many lines here.
if you would like, I can hand you a shovel so you can continue digging this hole.
There's a reason why Celix only an ensign.
Ensign Selek is going to go on like a news outlet. I was canceled by the crew of the Achilles. Okay. For refusing to go along with
you
their
say that.
radical expansionism anti-core agenda. Okay, I'll do the roll now.
Is he based in the originalist?
Well, I don't know. I was kind of making it up as I went along because she didn't have any character traits.
Well, we're learning now.
Well, speciesist is one now. Go ahead and write that down.
I think
It's
she is
neo-originalist.
now.
Thank you very much.
No, I'm not
Right.
neo-originalist. I'm just questioning the priorities of the current Federation government.
Exactly.
That's all.
Oh, you're
See-
just asking questions.
Yeah.
Got it.
I like how
Yeah.
you're saying you got cancelled by the crew of Achilles. The crew of the Achilles are like, oh, someone else said something fucked up today. All right.
yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. You put
Um,
that out there, and people are like, "What the fuck did they do?"
okay. One momentum, two threat.
Certainly.
Jesus Christ.
Oh wait, hold on. No focus. Oh, but that's who's a.
That was one anyway. Yeah. So you gain some momentum. Shields pop up just as the waveform slams into the two ships. You do know for a fact that wasn't them doing that. That was just a weird surge of energy in the region they're hanging out in, which is unfortunate for both of you. Oh, it's super unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
As
6,
per
7, 8,
proper
9, 10,
Starfleet
11, 12,
protocol,
13.
which one would know if they were properly trained to fly one vessel, this is where the shield reactor is.
So 14 damage.
We have 4 resistance.
It's 2 breaches.
Because 5 plus.
Well,
your
2
shield's
is the
being
max
poofed.
you can do in one attack unless you have high yield. So yeah, it's 2.
Let's see what broke.
Good thing we're not scale 1, or whatever broke would be permanently broken.
The ice cream machine broke.
No, that's all the time.
What are we, McDonald's?
I mean, yes.
Fuck you. We're at least Tim Hortons.
Oh no!
Double
That's 2
doubles
hits
for
the
the
structure,
hive.
folks. That's 2 hits the structure, folks.
That means I think structure is like, it's not
Destroy.
destroyed. Destroyed is one beyond
Disabled.
scale. It's the one before destroyed.
Well, they won't get dropped. Time to look up that. I also have to look what happens to that other ship, but we'll worry about you guys first. Oh, there we go.
So did we get our shields raised before we got hit
Yeah,
again?
we did,
or-
but they went.
Yeah.
Down, they're going to
Okay.
go down from the attack. We don't have that
Yeah,
much.
yeah, I see that.
So we did the impact. I just rolled for it anyway. It's fine. Damage makes things harder to fix. Disabled. Complicates range of all engineering tasks. Repair ship are increased by 3. Difficult. It's even more difficult to repair the ship.
Oh, I take that back. Our
Um,
structure is disabled.
Yeah.
Because it's equal to. I thought it was
Yeah.
greater than.
No, greater than is destroyed.
Yeah.
We can't
you-
perform repairs. I mean, they're really difficult, I guess.
I mean, I could patch the hull, hopefully.
Yeah, your ship, there are now multiple small fires breaking out, and parts of the hull shear away, and you can see space. And you see, and for a brief second, there's almost vacuum, and then the emergency force fields pop in and save you from sucking vacuum. As for the other ship, they're not having as good a time as you.
I was going to say, they're probably done.
It's the same thing. They can't take more than 2 breaches. If they're scale 1, then yeah, that could be really bad for them.
They're scale 2. They're big. They're heavy. They're heavy fighters, so they're big. The problem is that they're lower tech than you are.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have to be large enough to like hold the loot that they steal.
That ship is now derelict in space. It is disabled.
Oh wait, because they're NPC. It is really bad. All right. The first thing we need
Yes,
to
yes,
do
specialist click. I know.
is get life support. Make sure life support is sustainable. Send out a distress call, and then see if the other ship needs help.
Who Sensors. Someone on sensors needs to give me reason science difficulty of 2, assisted by sensor science.
Let me see. My reason science is 12.
Then I'd recommend you take it. I am not trying to be a contrarian for contrarian's sake, but I
There
must
you go.
question, is our role here appropriate? We are not the Coast Guard of this nation. We are, if anything, an enemy state. Is it correct to be rendering aid here when we are putting ourselves and our own crew at undue risk?
Excuse
I
me,
am
Hive Mate.
spend-
Please move from gigantic hole in hull while I patch.
I am spending
Yes,
a
I've
momentum
made.
for a third die. Uh-oh. Someone roll the shuttle, please.
Okie doke.
Come on, comp. Let's go.
Nope. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, sensors are giving you all kinds of readings. It's hard to get a clear shot of what exactly is going on around you. Something is the sensors are freaking out about something. You're just not sure what it is.
The sensors appear to be oversaturated with incoming signals from whatever this is.
Well, if you can't make heads or tails of it now, then we have to make that a lower priority and focus on restoring the capabilities of the ship. You should.
Recommend raising shields immediately. Restore shields.
That would
I can
be
try that.
sensible.
You turn the shields back on. I actually have to test to turn the shields back on.
Nope.
They've been popped. 1 second. Let me get you that number. It is this kind of roll, so it means it's this kind of roll. Yes. Control engineering difficulty of 2, assisted by structure engineering. Wait a minute. Can you do that roll? I think structure is one of the ones that you can still roll even if it's disabled and stuff. But I'm gonna check because if it's disabled, I think it's destroyed where it can't do anything anymore.
Yeah, I think we might have to do a minor to.
You can't restore with a minor on this. That's a impacted thing.
Disabled vessel suffered many fires, increasing the complication range of all engineering tasks repaired by 3. Difficulty all engineering tasks repaired by 1. Resistance is half, ground down. Does damage anything? Increases complication range and such of repair. Resistance to screw repair. Someone might die. Blah blah blah. Nope, you can still use structure even if it's destroyed. It's one of the few systems that don't care how destroyed it is.
Yeah, the problem is.
Well,
any
it's not
hit
destroyed. It's only
will
disabled.
go straight to engines.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Anyway, so yeah, you're looking at difficulty 3. Control engineering. Sorry, 3. Control engineering difficulty 2, assisted by structure engineering.
So is clicking a place to help with this?
You can, yeah.
I do believe that that's going to increase the difficulty since it is structure of Indian engineering task.
Only to repair. That's what I was checking.
And I'm raising shields. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so difficulty 2. I'll spend a momentum for a third die. Control or daring, did you say?
Control.
Not that it matters. It's the same score. For real? Okay, let's see if I can.
The shuttle might help.
Yeah, see what the
This
shuttle
is
does.
ridiculous.
What's shuttle roll again? Sorry.
It's a number plus another number. Structural
Wow.
engineering.
You know what? I think I know what's happening here. The dice heard that the doctor was coming back next week and have decided to act accordingly.
Right. Okay. So
I'm
question.
actually going to blame all the Bajoran immigrants, and you
Jesus
know,
Christ in heaven.
Can I use a momentum that I just got tonight from a determination spend?
Can you what? Sorry.
Can I spend a momentum for another determination?
What?
If I just got it, not a momentum, a milestone.
No.
If I just got it tonight.
No, it has to be something that milestone doesn't exist yet until end of session.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, we can quash one of them, but I can't re-roll. I'm still gonna leave us with one hanging out.
Wow.
Yeah, the only other thing I could think mechanically you could do is challenge and then spend to something else. Although I'm not sure
It
what you
be
would
a
challenge.
directive.
Spend toward a directive or challenge a directive.
You could do both.
Yeah. Well,
Because you need to get the determination from somewhere.
Yeah, let me see.
'cause right now bad things are about to happen to this Delta Flyer on that roll.
Yeah, I know.
I'll
Okay.
tell you that without what's that? Oh, it's fine.
Okay, so I need to challenge maybe a directive, and then okay, so what are directives?
It's the handout, Priority 2 Warriors.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing much that I can really
I don't think there is. Charting the safe
challenge.
route is the closest one, but that's not really what we're doing.
Yeah.
I think you're just gonna have to.
And you wouldn't be able to challenge your directive because your directive is why you're doing this. You're doing this to protect the hive. So
Right.
Yeah.
this is happening on the chin.
Oh no. I think you guys are about to die.
Okay. What about reckless scavenger, the trait? That might at least reduce the difficulty, so that we'd at least succeed.
I will take that. So you will get the shield up.
Okay.
Oh, and then you can spend
let's-
2 momentum wash.
To
One of
quash,
them.
and then we've only got one complication hanging out.
That's considerably better.
Yeah. So you get the shields up. Okay. So, whoever's on sensors gets one more roll of reason science difficulty 3, assisted by sensor science because of the complication that raising the shields has created.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 3 threat.
Do you want me to do this with determination?
You would be overriding because you're in the pilot seat.
Would you like to do?
It's a question. It was just a question of does Sven think the character has enough resources to make it, or is
Yeah.
it like a long shot?
It's kind of a long shot. This isn't exactly my best stat. I don't really have any values for this.
Senva's not a sensor operator. And Cham just looks pretty, that's why he's here.
He really is taking the pen class.
This
Then-
is
If you're fine with it, I'll try. Would you take determination on logic is the end of wisdom, not the beginning? Because I don't want to pay attention to what the sensors are screaming about. I want to look at what it's not screaming about, because obviously if it was easy to just look at the sensors and tell it was going wrong, we would have already known it, right? We need to
On
look
that
for
line, I'll
what's
take it.
okay. Uh, and then I'll give you 2 threat. A focus in small craft because you need to be able to operate multiple consoles when you have 2 seats.
I'll take that. Yeah. Technically, the Delta Flare has 4, but still, the logic applies. Small craft are meant to be used with as few people as needed.
And
That should be a
then
success without complication. Unless the ship complicates.
nope. It just didn't get us anything extra, which
Well, remember the difficulty was 3, and then
But I
plus
used
1 per.
determination, so we're at 4.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're good. Yeah, never mind. So you, yeah, then you even hit the override thing, so you're perfectly
Yeah.
fine. So you realize on the sensors that the shields are the trigger that are tracting the waveform. So when they turned on their shields and you turned on yours, it attracted that waveform and then just lit both ships on fire. The shields are already up. So that complication does mean that's the die is cast.
We're going to be hit.
You're gonna be hit, so you have 1 action before I'm about to roll damage against both ships.
we have to get out of here.
Can you ride the wave?
Or just position yourself with maneuvering thrusters behind their ship so they take the brunt.
Yeah, is it possible to orient shields aft and
Let it push you along.
yeah, try to accelerate to its speed? So basically, we only get hit
Ride
with the
the wave.
difference between its speed and our speed instead of just get hit by its full speed.
Sorry, calculating. Daring engineering, difficulty 5, assisted by engines engineering. Or structure, I suppose. Engineering.
Click is earning his keep. We hope.
I was gonna say. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, what's the engine score? Because that was structure engineering. Although it's probably
No, you said
Whichever was
yeah.
it was either or.
Was I right in the idea that when someone's leading an away team, you let them choose to use their roll ability or the commanding officer roll ability?
Yep. If you haven't used your normal ability, then the away team person gets the CO ability essentially, because they're the
So
mission.
I don't know if that's me, Sinva, or Cham, because we're
That's
all
you, because you were assigned as mission command by Commander Thralic.
okay.
Normally it would fall to Cham, but it falls to you because you were designated. Because you can do that.
You want to
It
give
just
me a
happens
sweet
very often.
determination?
Yeah, I was thinking I would give you determination.
Okay. Which
I
I would
just gotta
spend on
find one first.
protect the hive.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have it, so I've got to get it first.
Oh, that's true. Oh yeah, that's a problem.
So I'm looking at all the sources and see which one does not get me thrown in jail.
Which value is holding you back, or directive?
Why don't you come join the path of logic? It works out so well for the rest of us.
Number 3, because 3B is gather contact information for other civilizations, and we're basically leaving these guys in the dirt.
I was thinking the same thing. You could challenge that. You get dinged, but you're challenging, so you're a mission directive. Then again, it's better to have a bad rep than dead. So, so it would say some anyway.
Well, I mean, you're a commissar, so it's not like you're popular to begin with.
Political liaison.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's probably good because the only other one I could see that would work for me is I could burn equality for all intelligent life and make the heel turn.
Jeez.
Which I don't think I want. I don't think anyone wants.
Equality
So-
for all intelligent life, except those fucking cat plants. Fuck.
Yeah.
Except for certain
I will
lesser
let
life forms.
Silic's hate flow through me.
So you're challenging mission directive then?
Yeah.
Jeez,
It's not
Silac has
hate.
convinced her.
It's not hate. It's just a deep questioning of the Federation's priorities.
We're just looking out for number one, all right?
Me.
All right.
And the people who look like me and act like me.
And then Click will give you 5 threat for 4 dice on top of the determination spend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hail Mary pass on Reckless Scavenger, because this is a pretty fucking reckless plan. And I'm tying bits of the ship together to get it done.
I'll take it, yeah.
Okay. So that should reduce the difficulty to 4. I do not have a focus that I can figure out how to make fit.
And I will increase comp by 2 since, well, recklessly scavenging is one thing, but also your ship is basically in tatters. What you're taking might happen to be a lot more valuable than Click thinks it is. But he doesn't have time to think about that. He can grab it or die.
Okay.
Protect the hive. Away he goes.
Another Hail Mary pass, focus and fortification, because that's kind of what I'm doing to our ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take that, yeah.
Okay. So here goes nothing. Daring engineering. Come on, buddy. Oh, why'd you have to do the complication? 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 6 on a diff 4 with the trait.
Yeah.
So
we gain
spend
2. Yeah, spend a quash.
1, 2, Ooh. 5, 6, 7.
Oh, you stop that.
Actually, wait. I don't actually need to do that. I know why the scene can end naturally. Yeah, so you turn your aft toward the wavefront. You focus your deflector shields and primary shields in that direction, and poof! It hits the ship so hard everyone kind of rocks back in their chairs or grabs onto something. And then the Delta Flyer gets shoved at FTL speeds. Unfortunately, this ship gets obliterated and destroyed.
They should not have stolen from the hive.
New scene.
The universe protects the hive. He is a combat engineer and drone operator, so I think he is
He's a drone
Hoplite bound.
operator.
He's a drone operator.
So it says on the sheet. So he's hoplite bound. He's combat engineer and drone operator. Yeah.
He's a drone operator. It's kind of fucked up.
Would you say he's more of a smooth operator?
Some people call him Maurice.
I don't know. He's a lot of things, but smooth is not up there.
I mean, with this kind of wave rating, he's kind of like a space cowboy.
Yeah, he's more of a segmented operator.
Oh, that hurts in my thorax.
Captain Pent.
Yeah.
He killed the beavers, badgers, excuse me.
You find yourself climbing and giving me a fitness con roll difficulty of, or medicine, difficulty of 4. As you're climbing in these, the side of one of the volcanic mountains. in craters. Not too high, because you don't want to be anywhere near the lava. But,
Oh, are we sure?
high enough you can get to where you're trying to go to.
Tried and tested as a trait.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, it's diff 2.
Hmm? Why diff 2?
Well, you just said
Diff
yes.
4 down to diff 3, right?
Well, you said 3 initially, didn't you? Okay, so it's down to 3 now.
Yeah.
Composure as a focus?
Mm-hmm.
Take a full minute. What can go wrong?
Lots of things. And gain a momentum. Yeah, you see you're scaling up, and you see the wreckage of the destroyed vessel scattered across inside of one of the craters.
Can I check it for survivors?
Insight medicine difficulty of 3, because you're eyeballing it.
Strategy and tactics?
I had complication increase.
Sure. Take a threat.
A singular threat?
Just a singular this time. Oh, I forgot to spend the 2 momentum as well. First.
You find no life forms. You find the remains of some of them crushed or amidst them. But given it was an antimatter breach, the others were probably obliterated by contacting antimatter. Because small vessel like that, it's the downside being in a small craft. If you have antimatter explosion, there's not a whole lot you can do. It looks like actually you can tell they actively beamed you off to try to save you. Like they saved you over themselves.
Is it possible to go through the wreckage for supplies or access to the black box?
Certainly. After you gave me fitness con difficulty 5.
But only difficulty 5? Do you want to increase the comp range?
I don't need to increase the comp range. There's other things to worry about. Someone else has to worry about that threat right now. This planet's killing you. It doesn't need my help.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, don't worry. Any threat he doesn't spend on you, he'll spend on killing your sister.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Well, her contract is getting pretty expensive.
Fuck it, take a full net.
Certainly.
Do any of my traits apply?
No.
Awesome.
Oh wait, no. Yes, it does. Tellerite. You have good eyesight. What am I doing?
Yeah, so it's diff 4.
Wait, this is you resisting stuff. What am I talking about? Sorry.
Yay, say
Um,
5.
I was saying I had the wrong roll in my head, so I'll look this right again. 1 second. No. Sorry. I thought I'd give it another look. I had the wrong roll in my head initially.
It happens. So yeah, I'm rolling 5. Am I going to hit it or not? Okay.
Yeah, you hit it. You're still breathing somehow. Your lungs are starting to feel a fire. Less that they actually are on fire, and more that you're suffering from lack of oxygen.
Is it weird? This is oddly similar to a couple of sessions ago. Where,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he's looking around, looking for black box, insight, con, difficulty of would be 3. I'm gonna bring it down to 2 because of your Tellarite eyesight and senses. You'll have an easier time, a quicker time examining the area than you even though you're just eyeballing. Because some things just look like a flight recorder, assuming there is one to collect. Not all species do that. They should, but not all do.
Would you increase the difficulty if I was also looking for something that may have resembled a rebreather?
If you're trying to look for both at the same time, I would, yeah.
Sure, why not?
So diff 3 to find both.
And that was Insight Con.
Yep.
Okay, take another 4 minute.
Certainly.
Game 1.
You do find the nav computer. It's not really reinforced in the proper Starfleet regulation way of a black box, but you know that this is the nearest thing you're going to get to it when a species doesn't have black box protocols. And very quickly, you're able to find a rebreather that is meant for someone that's the size of a child compared to you, or a baby, or a cat. So you found it.
Yeah, can I stick the rebreather in my nose and do it that way?
Well,
You going
first,
Dune on this?
first you owe me fitness, con, or medicine, difficulty 6. Well, I wouldn't sigh out loud like that. You kind of need what oxygen you have.
I mean, I'm currently looking through milestones and none of them cover this. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey, if it ever happens again, you'll be set, right? You just have to not die.
Oh yeah, sure. Do any of my traits apply for this?
No, it's the same roll from before. Just survive, just not suffering from hypoxia.
I don't know.
Hypoxia? Yeah,
Take a full minute.
certainly.
And he said this was diff 6.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll spend my medal to double my crit range to 6.
Okay.
That's 5. God damn. Do I have anything?
Get the roll set up while you're thinking. Boop. Boop. If any consolation, it's not instant KO. I actually have to roll damage.
Yeah, I'm just looking through medals. I've actually burnt a lot of them today.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're looking at 6 stress currently.
Could I, not retroactively, but use my Starfleet Medal of Honor to create 2 momentum to create a advantage of whilst yes, my lungs are burning due to lack of oxygen, I've recently gone through this, so the process isn't as taxing.
I wouldn't take it that retroactively. That was a couple rolls ago.
Yeah, I know. Would you take it that the mask up my nose is helping?
We haven't got it in yet. We're trying to see if you passed out before you start figuring out how to get it to work.
I've acclimatized.
I wouldn't say so. Not that quickly.
I'm trying.
You're doing some Mount Everest stuff without a breather. Like there's almost no oxygen for your lungs to capture. You can't really acclimatize to that level of lack of oxygen.
Fuck it, I think I'm taking it.
So it's 6 damage. You're looking at a non-lethal injury that's about to knock you out.
I will give you threat to stay awake.
2 threat to me. You've avoided the injury. Would you like to try to get that rebreather in?
Yes, I would like to stick the rebreather up my nose, please.
This is almost rocks. Well, not rocks replicators. This is a rebreather. It's just not meant for you. Daring engineering difficulty 5. Wrong species, too small, lack tools.
This is ridiculous.
Hey, the other planet I randomly rolled was a Jovian planet. He'd just be dead right now. I'm like, I'll take a rocky, thin atmosphere. He can at least he can MacGyver his way out of that.
Could I Medal of Honor this time to create an advantage of it's a fucking rebreather that's not that much variation? Like, it goes in holes. It provides air.
I will take it. I'll take it. So it did 4.
And I very much doubt any of the traits are going to kick in. Unless, quick reflexes, I stuck it up my nose very quickly.
I'll actually take Hoplite because you're now working with a survival tool.
Okay, so I'm down to diff 3. I'm going to spend 1 momentum and 5 threat. God, you're getting most of your pool just from me. Oh, focus, composure.
Yeah. And you're able to finagle this thing. It's intensely uncomfortable, but you can get tiny snatches of air. It's not great. You would hate to do this for any length of time. You would probably take damage each day, even with the damn thing, because you're this isn't really working properly. But for now, you at least have a day cycle to figure out what you're going to do, and hopefully someone finds you. But that is a problem for a different scene. New and final scene, according to the clock.
What the fuck have I been doing?
You escaped?
Oh god, is there a doomsday clock that we don't know about?
We cut to medbay.
Yay.
Yay! When we cut to medbay, that means there's a good chance she's going to die.
Well, you do have a traitor there, so.
So you get to Lieutenant Ness's bed.
Mm-hmm.
And let's look up the notes. What happened to them?
Ness is a bullion, it looks like.
I believe so. Check their sheet to be sure, but I'm pretty sure they're a bullion. If memory serves me correctly.
What are they? They are in. I don't see them in security or engineering. Oh, Lieutenant Zadwad Ness. Yeah, bullion. Okay.
Yeah, you see that the patient looks injured. But looks like they were able to get into the med bay pretty much under their own power. They seem a bit dazed and confused. They sort of registers when you come in, but seems very preoccupied with their injury.
You're saying dazed, confused, preoccupied with their injury. What is their injury?
Reason medicine, difficulty of 2. Normally it'd be 3 because the patient can't really tell you what's happening, but you're in med bay, so you have a biobed to help you. Which means centers medicine for the ship.
A focus in conversation or empathy as I try to work with her through this confusion to have her give me some more helpful answers.
You would have that at complication purely because the patient is so dazed that they'll give nonsense answers sometimes.
Okay, and you have a cool 54 threat, so what's the harm in having another one? Okay, rerolling the prompt. Here we go. Excuse me.
No excuses.
Okay.
It looks like they were in some sort of and from what snippets they're able to explain, they were in some sort of fist fight or combat. Their hands show bruising, and their wrists. The big injury is that one of their wrists is basically twisted in a very unnatural way, like it was just broken with the maneuver. And they seem to be very badly concussed, hence why they're slurring their words and talking nonsense once in a while, because they're very badly hurt. They've been and for the reason they didn't call for medical assistance, because the amount of damage they've taken, they really should have called for medical to come to them, not off their way to the med bay. But they tried, but you notice that their comm badge is gone. And when they tried the computer, it wasn't working.
Okay.
And that's at that moment you hear there's a security lock now.
Because I was just about to file this as a security incident. So that I hear the security lockdown is that we can't leave our current stations without a buddy. Is that it?
without approval from the bridge or one of the hoplite teams escorting you.
And I assume for the context of medical, that means walking out this door.
Let me get back to the map.
Like the door
Yes.
to medical. I can still go between the exam rooms. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure that these doors are locked under, my command code. And because because I know that there's something wrong on the ship, and that the patient appears to be stable for now, I will just give her some light pain meds, and then I want to file this information to a security report
Oh,
and send it.
I
I'm
forgot
sorry.
one bit of I forgot one bit
Oh,
of information as you start treating them.
okay.
You notice that their broken wrist, that hand,
Mhm.
has a dark blue fluid on it, which the sensors reads as Andorian blood, not Bolian.
Okay. Okay. In that case, I'm not even going to file a report. I'm just going to as I'm doing my medical stuff to treat her arm. I just want to tap the comm badge and say, Lieutenant Asa to security. Security.
Your comm badge doesn't work.
I'm going to try it again.
You tap at it again. It does not work.
Blasted Federation technology. I'm going to throw it off on the table and walk outside and say, does anyone have a working comm badge?
Kobuk taps his comm badge.
Nothing.
Oh
Afraid
no.
not. Sir.
Once is an isolated incident, twice is a pattern. Crewman at the rotunda, can you get a connection to the bridge?
Not on my comm badge, but I could try the desk computer. Maybe I can get to them that way. Nothing. I'm not getting anything. I can talk to the computer, but I can't talk to the communication system.
Communications network is down. Okay. I want to go up to these two doors and reprogram them that both of these doors lock, and they only open on the authority of Lieutenant Commander Aza's command codes.
As you start doing that, a hotbite team rushes in, weapons on, the personal shields on, the armor up. They, out of instinct, they almost raise their rifles when they see a person at the door, and then they blink and they lower them because they see it's you. And they start spreading out into the med bay, looking around.
Your
Oh,
comm
they're so
badges
cool.
work?
Oh, they're so cool.
Where's Lieutenant Rose, Commander? She's wanted for questioning. She's under arrest for suspicion of sabotage.
Slow down. The comm badges don't work. Do you know ship-wide communications are down?
They tap their comm badges. Someone get me manual subspace now on it, and someone runs off and starts opening up a panel and starts ripping stuff out and trying to do something over there.
Yeah, she's going to call and yell, Kobuk, there's a patient in the exam room too with a fractured wrist and a concussion. Please treat them. She's going to point out, the sergeant of the team with me, and I'll go up here with them to see if I can find security footage of where Ross was last time we saw them.
Before I get to that, was I able to get any further work done on my testing in that time, or
you can give me a reason? Oh wait, that's strange.
I do have.
The thing is, you look it up, and while you're looking it up, the files are gone.
Here's the best thing. The tests that I want to run don't require the computer data.
What are you testing for?
I will take 2 samples. The first thing I am testing for is the freezing point of the samples. The second I want to make some artificial coagulase and see how it interacts with the sample. If the coagulase doesn't activate, then it's the coagulase inhibitor X. If the freezing point of the blood is off, it's the cryovenoxin. If it's neither of the two, then that makes it hemotoxin A by process of elimination.
Oh, there you go. Reason,
I had
medicine,
all session to think about this.
reason, medicine, difficulty of, we'll call it 3. It would be 2, but you're kind of forced to rush it because of what's going on behind you. The
Yeah, and I
ship's
have no
computer plus medicine does not help you due to
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
computer
say
being screwed
I'm
up.
assuming the
I-
ship's
If
computer can.
if Kobuk is doing that, then can I just call a medical team to just handle this off screen?
Yep. You can use
Okay.
your CMO ability to kind of make sure Ness is being stabilized so they don't die on you.
There's also the EMH.
Yeah.
Oh, but
that
the
too.
EMH relies on the computer. Never mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also, if people are deleting medical information from the computer database, don't know how useful he'd be even if he worked.
Mm-hmm. One threat to momentum.
Certainly.
Rerolling the 1. Okay. That is 4 hits. On difficulty 3, you said?
Yep.
Okay, that's 1 momentum generated. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. The coagulase is not activating. That means it's the coagulase inhibitor X, which is a synthetic toxin. This is a designer. Like, this is a designer poison.
Reason security difficulty 1, assisted by sensor security for Aza. It would be 2, but you have the hoplites right there helping you.
Yeah.
You have a
No.
momentum.
Yay! Thank you. Wait, where'd all his threat go?
He spent it all.
Okay. The ship has a warp core breach or something. Reason security +1. Okay. Hey, a couple episodes ago when we got an arc, I increased my security to 4. Now I finally get to use it. Not hand phasers, not meditation. Could I spin you on a focus on empathy if we're reviewing footage? Because that way, like, if I know my officers well, I can try to put myself in their shoes and guess where they would go next.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. 1 momentum, 2 threat.
Certainly.
Okay, well, we get the 1 momentum back.
You notice that
The ship.
yes,
Oh.
the
Ooh,
ship just doesn't.
I imagine that means like the software, the whatever recording software we have here is acting very glitchy and suspicious.
I mean, yeah.
Blast the technology. I filed a complaint 2 weeks ago, and no one from operations has been down here.
You saw in the file, you see that Lieutenant Rose was with Seiya working on Shishishrir. She does something at the console, and then she disappears, according to the sensor recording, and Seiya turns around and looks around confused. And then when you go to a live feed very quickly, you see that there are some hoplites who walk in, phasers up, and they kind of look over, and he's saying something, and they're like, and with audio, it's, where is she? She was just there. Doctor, what do you mean? Lieutenant, what do you mean, sir? How was she just there? Did you hear a teleporting noise? And they're interrogating him. And then one of the guys with you says, "All right, we see you. Hold on, we're checking the sensor data."
Yeah, and from here, can I lock? Can I lock every door and hatch like to a not a manhole, a Jeffrey's tube
Yeah.
out of medbay? All right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I meant.
quarantine.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, imagine medbay has a good feature for that because quarantine. And she'll turn to you, the sergeant, and say, "All right, the room is locked down. You can do a complete search, but beware, we have several patients in critical condition, and I will not have them be harmed for this."
Frankly, counselor, I think that the lieutenant has gone somewhere else on the ship. Unfortunately, the Achilles is one of the largest ships in the fleet, so we have a bit of work to do. Excuse us, Commander.
Happy hunting.
They do a preliminary search just in case she just ducked under her bed, like just in case, but they're not really thinking she's here. They think she teleported or or it was a sensor shadow or hologram, who knows. But a new scene starts, and it's more of an epilogue scene. So we cut to engineering. McCullen looks at Inerta. Well, at least the lockdown's in, and I'm stuck down here with you, which isn't the worst thing. I'd rather be stuck in engineering than stuck in security, I suppose.
Well, there's plenty we can do from here.
Do you want to go look at the other console then, see if there's some DNA we can pull off of it? I could probably try to. I don't have a medical track cutter, but I can puzzle it out.
That console itself was a false flag. Actually, the intruder used a console from the computer core. There were several levels of deception involved.
So what do you suggest we do?
Well, we make sure engineering is secure, stay in contact with the bridge, and respond as necessary.
It's at that point the door opens, and McCullen just shoves Nanerda as hard as he can, and then a phaser shot hits McCullen square in the chest and knocks him over.
Get down, Mr. President.
And that is the end of the episode.